Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome once again to Bill Gray Allegiant Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field. As tonight we get ready to bring you another non-league matchup between the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts and an out-of-state team. Tonight it's the Humboldt Eagles out of California that'll be joining us for tonight's festivities. The Doc Stewarts coming off of a win last night, 9-2 over the Las Vegas Aces. They come in at 6-4 on the season. Meanwhile, the Humboldt Eagles have had a couple of days off, but they've made the trip into Oregon for their annual road trip up north, and they come in with an 8-4 record. Looking forward to another good battle tonight before both these teams get ready to begin play in the Coach K Classic in Medford starting tomorrow. Joey Kieran here with you. It's great to be with you on this Wednesday evening. A very nice day in the Umpqua Basin with temperatures reaching some of their highest numbers in quite some time. During our Roseburg Disposal pregame show, we're going to get a chance to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins coming up next. Roseburg Disposal, you can let them make the run to the dump for you. Call them at 673-7122. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins. Before we take the break, though, a reminder, tonight's game is streaming live online at 541radio.com, or you can watch the game on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score to find us on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and be able to follow Docs Baseball throughout the summer. You can watch today's game again at 541radio.com. Video coverage of Docs Baseball is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Back after a 2-minute timeout with head coach Jeremiah Robbins on the 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Docs back to action yet again tonight. We get a chance to see the Docs take on the Humboldt Eagles in our final game here at home before heading down to Medford for the Coach K Classic coming up this weekend. Joining us is head coach Jeremiah Robbins. Coach, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. You know, there's some things after the Medford games that you wanted to see this team continue to work on, and obviously getting back in the win column is always nice. But what'd you see out of the guys yesterday that maybe was working towards some of more of what you wanted to see this season?
Yeah, I thought we had a little bit better approach in the batter's box at times. It still wasn't consistent enough through the 9 innings, but guys are making some adjustments, making some attempts to get out of their comfort zone a little bit and kind of raise to the next level of of their competition and being in the Legion Summer Baseball. So they need to continue that grind. I thought we pitched really well. Ever just did a really good job. His pitch count got up towards the end there, so went to Blake. Blake did just a knockout job. We defended it pretty well. So we were pretty good in a lot of facets of the game. with a young team like this, we continue to raise the bar. Right when they start getting close, we're going to go ahead and bump it up again. But, the effort was there all night. I liked their pace on and off the field. I like how we ran the bases. But, it was just a nice, good baseball game for our guys to have after dropping that one to Medford on Monday. So, proud of them.
You had mentioned, wanting to see the guys do better with guys in scoring position or guys on base. And yesterday you got a lot of free passes, 6 walks, 6 hit batters. And then guys were able to capitalize that and drive in some runs leading to the 9 yesterday. Did you see a better approach when guys were on base from the guys?
Yeah, I did. And, when you have arms kind of like that threw against us that walk a guy and then pitch to a guy, walk a guy, hit a guy, it's tough to get in the box and get any sort of rhythm. So they were resilient, though. To have the 6 hit by pitches, I love that, and the 6 walks. That's 12 opportunities to score runs. And we did give up some at bats, so with some weak contact. So we got to get out of that. But I liked the step that they made yesterday. Different lineup than what we played against Medford as well. So guys are listening, and that's all we ask at this point. Continue to listen.
One guy that definitely is standing out with the way he's been at the plate this year for you is Cade Johnson at the top of the order. And I don't know if you know, I don't know if he knows, but he's played in 8 games. He's hit safely in all of them. And so great start to the summer for him and the way he's been doing, his approach. How do you hope to see him continue to build on that throughout this summer?
Oh, we had him last year, just a great human being, number one. Tip our hats to mom and dad. He just is spot on with everything. Yes sir, no sir, does it right. And then he's competing this year. I think last year a little bit he backed away from compete, and this year he's not. He's all in, and I tell you, he's got a bright future, and wherever he goes to college, he's going to be very successful on the baseball field and off the baseball field. But his mindset in the batter's box is incredible, and he's our example guy. We use him all the time for some of our younger guys of, hey, if you don't listen to us, just watch Cade. He'll show you the example of how to do it. So we're happy for him. We need a couple other guys to jump on his back as well and start leading this team. And good things are going to happen. But Cade, he's our guy. He's our table setter. I'm going to move him to the 3-hole today. We're going to get Talk in and let him run around a little bit. But Cade has just been phenomenal.
You guys have tonight's game against Humboldt, and we head on down to Medford for that tournament down there. And I know you'd like to probably show pretty well in the Coach K Classic with some good competition down there. So to get ready for what's coming up this weekend, and obviously to continue to try and build on what we've been seeing here in the last few days, what do you, what's the approach to things here today for you guys against Humboldt?
Well, we're going to get after it, number one, and some guys are going to get some opportunities that haven't had a lot of opportunities to play a 9-inning game. So hopefully they've been listening in the dugout as we've been talking to the guys who have got significant time. So, we're just always building on development, and we're at home, and we're not going to be home for a while, so we better take advantage of this opportunity. We're going down the heat wave this weekend, so get after it, play hard, and check the scoreboard after 9.
All right, Coach. Best of luck to you guys out there today.
Thanks, Jerry.
That is head coach Jeremiah Robbins joining us here in the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Again, let them make the run to the dome for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. We'll have a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups coming up here in just a little bit as we wrap up things on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Taking a look quickly at the matchup here. Humboldt coming in their 13th game of the season. Winners in their last game. They are 8-4 on the year. For Humboldt, they are coming off of a doubleheader in league play, it sounds like, out of Northern California there. They played 2 games against league opponents, but different opponents in the doubleheader. Their first one was an 11-4 loss against Petaluma, but then they came back and got a late comeback win against Vallejo, 6-4, the final score there, and it was Vincent Agliolo with the game-winning hit in that 6-4 victory to end up in a split for their league doubleheader that the Humboldt Eagles had. Let's see, today's Wednesday, so that was back on Monday. Then they packed things up on Tuesday and traveled north to get here to Roseburg for tonight's single 9-inning game. Again, this was originally scheduled to be a doubleheader, but tonight just a single 9-inning game. So we'll look forward to tonight's matchup. But coming off of a win for Humboldt, on the other side, the Doc Stewarts also coming off of a win yesterday, 9-2 against the Las Vegas Aces. On the mound, Everlam doing a nice job, pitching 5 innings, scattered 5 hits, gave up 2 runs, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit batter. He picked up the win. Blake Withers picked up a save in that situation, pitching 4 innings of scoreless baseball, allowed just 1 hit, walked 3, and struck out 1. Doc Stewart's had 9 hits in the ball game. Leading the way, Kay Johnson, Sebastian Watson, and Carson Dunn all had 2 hits in the game. Johnson also had 2 RBI. Evan Corbin also had 2 RBI in the game yesterday as well. That is a look at how these two teams have gotten to where we're at here tonight as they get announced down on the field. We'll go ahead and take our final 2-minute break, and we will come back with your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My name's Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here at Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field. Just had a youngster singing today's national anthem for us. Got a little help from the crowd midway through. Finished strong. Nice to see that as we get the festivities here tonight underway. All right, it is time now as we get ready for first pitch to take a look at our Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. Cooper's Pest Control, when you're looking to build the best defensive lineup for your home, call Cooper's Pest Control to protect your home from those summer bugs. Give them a call at 673-0363. For the visiting Humboldt Eagles, led by head coach Matt Tomlin, it'll be Jared Dixon starting things off at second base. Daniel Osborne, the center fielder, will bat second, followed by Vincent Agliolo. As we get the ceremonial first pitch here tonight. Vincent Agliolo, the shortstop, will bat third, followed by Cole Ayala, the third baseman, batting cleanup. Parker Rogers at first base bats fifth, as we've got Matt Letter, the right fielder, batting sixth. Ryan Lamori, the catcher, will bat seventh. Jaron Ford, the pitcher, batting eighth, and then Reagan Nyberg, the left fielder, hitting ninth. Humboldt coming in 8-4 on the season as they get ready for the Doc Stewarts. The Docs coming in at 6-4 on the year. They will have Tristan Ledbetter on the mound. For the Doc Stewarts, Tristan Ledbetter out of Douglas High School. He is making his second start of the season. He is 0-1 on the year so far. He's pitched 6 innings. Has a 5.83 ERA. He has hit 3 batters, struck out 1, and walked 2, looking to try and gained some ground with his pitching performances here this evening. Around the diamond for the Doc Stewarts, behind the plate is Knox Hubbard. Out at first base, Daniel Withers. At second base is Justin Jenks. At third base is Jordan White. Cade Johnson at short. In the outfield from left to right, it is Eli Jacobs, Carson Dunn, and Braxton Dill. That is a look at tonight's starting lineup here for the top of the first inning. We'll have the Docs batting lineup for you in the bottom of the first, as well as taking a look at the defensive lineup for the Eagles. Jared Dixon leading things off. You ever feel like there's just something crawling up your arm and you can't quite figure it out? No, I got that feeling all of a sudden there. All right, we are set to go. Jared Dixon out of Del Norte High School, an all-league selection this year for his high school spring club team. He will lead things off, a right-handed batter. We'll dig into the box. Red tops with the blue numbers outlined in white on the front and the back for the Eagles. White trousers, the blue stirrups with the red and white horizontal stripes. And they've got the blue caps with the white panel on the front and the red bills for the Eagles tonight. First pitch from Tristan Ledbetter in for strike one as we are underway in tonight's matchup. Ground ball back up the middle. A scoop by Cade Johnson, and he'll make the play over to first. Some great glove work out on the infield for the Doc Stewarts to start this one off. Not an easy play for Johnson. That ball up the middle. He had to race to get to the spot. Then on a short hop, he swipes at it with the glove and has to make the throw to first on the run. He does so perfectly, and there is one away. As the first pitch swinging, a slow roller for Daniel Osborne. Getting it is Daniel Withers, the first baseman. He flips to Ledbetter, who covers at first, and there's quickly two away as Osborne, the center fielder, will ground out. Got him handcuffed a little bit there on the pitch by Ledbetter, and so that's just a slow roller. Didn't even get off the quote-unquote infield grass. We'll call it like it's actual grass and dirt out there, but it is all artificial turf here at Champion Car Wash Field. Two away, first pitch of the at-bat to the three-hitter. Vincent Agliolo is high for ball one. Ledbetter trying to get a quick 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first. Misses high and inside. A 2-0 count for Ledbetter. Second team all-league selection this year at Douglas High School after just his sophomore season with the Trojans. 2-0 pitch. Gets a ground ball to the hole. Knocked down by Johnson. Won't be able to make a play. That one off the end of his glove is Agliolo will get on base with two outs. One on and two away. It'll go to the cleanup hitter, Cole Ayala. They're ruling a hit on the scoreboard operator, and I kind of am in agreement there. Long run for Cade Johnson. No guarantee that even if he had fielded that one cleanly that he was going to be able to get a throw to first in time to beat Agliolo, so that might have just been an infield single. And Cade Johnson, with his athletic ability, able to get there and at least attempt to play on it. So two down, a man at first. Ayala, first pitch, swings and fouls it away. An 0-1 count to start off his at-bat against Ledbetter. Working out of his stretch, misses high. Ayala for Humboldt from Fortuna High School. On there he was an all-league selection. I believe first-team all-league selection is how that works out. Strike taken, 1-2 count on the breaking ball from Ledbetter. Found some of the information about some of these guys, and they had like the Big Five and the Little Four schools down there in the in that area. And so I'm trying to understand everything. A swing and a miss on the 1-2 pitch. Runner was going, but it doesn't matter. Strikeout for Tristan Ledbetter. All strikeouts by Doc Stewart's pitchers are brought to you by One Peak Medical. Visit onepeakmedical.com to book an appointment today. So a rather quiet first inning for the Humboldt Eagles. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one man left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. Scoreless ball game on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Back for the bottom of the first inning, taking a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's head coach Jeremiah Robbins has Austin Takahashi back in the lineup. Had a groin injury that's kept him out for a few games. They're going to test things out tonight. He'll DH to lead things off. Justin Jenks, the second baseman, batting second, followed by Cade Johnson, the shortstop. Daniel Withers batting cleanup, playing at first base. The catcher, Knox Hubbard, will bat fifth, followed by Jordan White, the third baseman. Braxton Dill, the right fielder, hitting seventh. In the eighth spot is Eli Jacobs, the left fielder, and batting ninth is the center fielder, Carson Dunn. The DH being utilized for starting pitcher Tristan Ledbetter. That is your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. When you're looking for that best defense, call your locally owned Bug Assassins. It's Cooper's Pest Control, 673-0363. Jaron Ford on the mound, the right-hander from St. Bernard's High School. Big frame on him. We'll see what kind of stuff he has as we learn more about him tonight. He'll face the lefty Austin Takahashi, who has only played in 3 games of the 10 so far for the Docs. He'll take low and inside for ball one. We are underway in the bottom of the first in a scoreless ball game. Takahashi batting 125 this year, just 1 hit in 8 at-bats. As he takes high for a 2-0 count. Didn't really have much of a chance to really get going this summer because of that injury. Again, only playing in 3 games. Swings and misses on the 2-0 pitch for strike one. Takahashi, though, with a .500 on-base percentage in 3 games. He's already had 6 walks. He takes high and away for a 3-1 count. He's got 6 walks. That is tied for second most on the team, and he's only played in 3 games. He takes a strike, thought it was ball 4, takes a strike, and it is a full count. Tak will take ball 4 on another pitch. So he had to see one more, but does get the free pass. So Austin Takahashi gets on safely at first with a leadoff walk. And now he'll get to test out the groin out there at first base. Stays in to run. At the plate will be Justin Jenks to bat. Jenks starting at second base today. Squares to bunt. Takes a breaking ball high for ball one. From Jaron Ford, missing with that one. Jenks batting 125 on the year. Only 8 at-bats so far this season. He squares the bunt again, and that one sails to the backstop. Tak will trot down to second base. Now Takahashi is taking it easy on the base path, so he's going to run, and there's a good chance he may start letting instinct take over and get running pretty hard at some point. But when he can and where he can, he's going to take it easy, and he has coach's orders on that. 2-0 pitch. Jenks trying to bunt it first base side, pops it foul to the coach's box for strike one. Jaron Ford pitching for Humboldt. Behind the plate is Rylan Lamori. Take a look at the rest of the defense for the Eagles. A man at second with nobody out for the Docs. The 2-1 pitch bunted, goes back to the mound. Misplayed at first, now airmailed to first base. On safely is Justin Jenks. Takahashi stays at second base, doesn't try to move up 90 feet. So that'll be an error on the pitcher. And Jenks gets on safely, still nobody out. here in the bottom of the first.
Next batter, shortstop, number
Cade
1,
Johnson will
Cade
bat.
Johnson.
Cade Johnson, an 8-game hit streak coming into tonight. Johnson is moving down into the 3 spot today. He is the team leader in batting average. As he takes high for ball 1. Johnson tied with Daniel Withers, who both have .429 batting averages, and they meet the minimum of at least 2 at-bats per game this season for the Docs. The 1-0 pitch. Johnson spins out of the way as he squared to bunt, takes inside a 2-0 count. A lot of times, in Major League Baseball or college baseball, they've got a minimum number of at-bats that you have to qualify for batting titles and things like that as a strike taken by Cade Johnson. Usually it's an average of 2 at-bats per game, and Daniel Withers has now started to hit that mark. It's that pitch behind the head for Cade Johnson. He's got a 3-1 count. Daniel Withers getting that call up. He waits on deck. Getting the call up from Pepsi, and he's been hitting really well, but he hadn't really been meeting the average of 2 at-bats a game to be considered the team leader in batting average, but he's there now. It's a ball on the 3-1, fastball outside corner, going after it. Cade Johnson gets a piece of it, fouls it off. Strike 2, he's got the full count with runners at first and second. Hottest hitter on the team for this Doc Stewart's ball club. Digs back in, looking to try and put the Docs on top early. 3-2 pitch from Ford. The righty comes set. Line drive out towards right field, going to the right fielder, Matt Letter, and he will fire it back in quickly. That'll retire Johnson. 1 away. Runners both hold their position. The interesting thing about Cade Johnson, he's been hitting really well. But in this 8th game, since I kind of started paying attention to the fact that he had a hitting streak going, he has not really been successful early in games. It's like late in games he starts to put together a hit or 2 or more. Brings up Daniel Withers to bat, trying to drive in a run here. Withers, the first baseman, takes low and outside for ball 1. Daniel Withers batting .429 this season. Has 5 RBI, tied for the team lead, despite the fact that he's played in just over half of the games for the Docs. And he actually got hit on that pitch. I just thought it was going to be inside. Must have grazed the jersey a bit. And Daniel Withers, hit by a pitch, will get on safely at first. Justin Jenks to second. Austin Takahashi to third. A walk, an error, and a hit batter. 3 runners on with 1 out, and it's Knox Hubbard, left-handed hitting catcher, that'll get a chance to bat with 1 out. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Docs yesterday against the Las Vegas Aces got hit by a pitch 6 times. Strike on the outside corner to Hubbard, a 1-1 count. Jaron Ford facing some early trouble in this one. 1-1 pitch, high and away, misses with the fastball. Warm one today in the Umpqua Basin, some of our warmest temperatures we've had in a while. It's amazing how mid-80s can suddenly feel like it's burning out there. There's the 2-1 pitch. Knox hits a sharp ground ball first base side. It gets into right field. 1 run scores. A 2nd run will come in. Knox back to first is trotting into third. Goes Daniel Withers. And the Doc Stewarts have 2 on the board. So the Docs in business in the first. Knox Hubbard drives in 2 runs with a single. Takahashi able to easily trot home. Justin Jenks racing in behind him from second. Going first to third is Daniel Withers.
Third baseman, number 10, Jordan White.
And the Docs will have 2 runs on the board with 1 out and runners on the corners. Sebastian Watson comes in to run for Knox Hubbard. He takes off for second. Throw gets cut short. Throw back to the plate. Not in time. Stepping on the plate Not sliding in. Withers steps around it, trying to race past the bag. Got his foot just before the tag, and the double steal works out for the Doc Stewarts. Withers taking home will make it 3-0. Got to be careful there, too. He stepped on home, and with that momentum, kind of slipped a little bit and don't want to hurt yourself. 1-0 count goes to 2-0 as a pitch misses inside to Jordan White, who will get a chance to bat. Out at second base is Sebastian Watson, the courtesy runner. Ball in the air to right field for White. Into foul territory, chasing, but unable to get there in time. Matt Letter, a feet-first slide, just a bit short of catching that ball. So behind the plate is Rylan Lamori. Out at first base, Parker Rogers, Jared Dixon at second, Cole Ayala at third, and Vincent Agliolo at short. In the outfield from left to right, Reagan Nyberg, Daniel Osborne, and Matt Letter. That is your defensive alignment for the Eagles. They're trying to get a couple of outs here. They are facing a situation with 1 out and 1 on. A pitch outside in the dirt, scooped nicely by Lamori behind the plate. Out at second base, running for Knox Hubbard, Sebastian Watson halfway to third before he put the brakes on and races back to the bag. Lamori behind the plate thought about throwing to second but held on. 3-1 pitch, ground ball, back up the middle, underneath the glove of the pitcher. The second baseman, Dixon, he throws high to first. It gets by and into the dugout. A run will score again for the Docs. And out at second base will be Jordan White. That is 2 errors now here in the first inning for Humboldt. Jared Dixon throwing high, and there's a way, not too much, but there's just a lot of area in foul territory that if a ball gets by at first or at third, if, for that matter, there's just a lot of room for it to get away, especially into the dugouts that are sunken down, have a fence in front of them, but balls can get in there pretty easily. And so just there, that ball goes out of play, gives Jordan White an extra bag as he hit that one right back up the middle, and it was misthrown to first by Jared Dixon. Sebastian Watson scored for Knox Hubbard from second base on the error. Doc Stewart's lead 4-0. A visit out to the mound for head coach Matt Tomlin. Doc Stewart's baseball tonight is brought to you by Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner of Lane and South Stevens here in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. And this season of Docs baseball here in the Score, sponsored by B&D Meats down in Winston. If you'd like to get out and man the grill, well, you need something to put on it. So check out B&D Meats down in Winston. 7th hitter to the plate for the Docs. They've put 4 runs across, still have a man at second with just 1 out. It'll be Braxton Dill that'll get a chance to hit. The right fielder, first pitch swinging, fouled back for strike 1. Braxton Dill batting .286. Sorry, make that .250. Back in there with the 0-1 pitch from Ford. Breaking ball misses upstairs. 1-1 count. Jaron Ford, listed as an honorable mention all-league selection this year at St. Bernard's High School. This Humboldt team missing 6 players off their roster today as a strike taken on the outside corner. 1-2 count for Braxton Dill. The guys they're missing, those are some of the big names on this roster. Some of the guys back from a year of junior college baseball. The 1-2 pitch, high to Braxton Dill, 2-2 count. Nick Parker, he's actually headed to Olone College, junior college there. Then you've got some guys that are missing that spent their year at Redwood College, Santa Rosa JC. So 2-2 pitch carries just outside. Full count now for Braxton Dill. So Joey Quinn from Redwoods JC, Mason Nichols, also Redwoods, Branson Gans from Santa Rosa, Caden Lee, Aiden Dorsch, a couple of high school guys not here. Check swing, went around, strike 3 for Braxton Dill. He'll go down with the strikeout, 2 away on the first strikeout of the game for Jaron Ford. That'll bring up 9, Eli, Jacobs. Eli Jacobs, the left fielder. Should note that hit by Knox Hubbard earlier in this inning that drove in 2 runs, the first 2 runs of the ball game, that hit by Knox Hubbard was our first hit for the Docs tonight, as a balk is called. So no pitch, and up to third base will go Jordan White. Eli Jacobs at the dish with now a runner at third and 2 away. Knox Hubbard with the first hit tonight. That'll be the first time that he's the guy that gets the first hit of the game. Every first hit is presented by MSK True Value. This pitch bounces outside. Lamori working behind the plate to keep that one in front of him. MSK True Value, they'll make sure that you don't swing and miss with your next project. So head to MSK True Value and Building Supply, located down in Myrtle Creek in Tri-City. The 1-0 to Jacobs hits the outside corner. One count. Trying to get through this first inning, Jaron Ford gets a ground ball foul, heading towards the visiting dugout down the first base side. Doc Stewart's wearing the black tops again today. Blue numbers on the front and the back. Doc Stewart's across the chest in blue, outlined in orange. They got the gray trousers and the black stirrup socks. So breaking ball outside, gets away. Breaking late, heading to the plate. Ooh, dangerous slide in. Tumbling to the plate. Ford trying to make the play, and now he'll adjust his socks. He seems to be all right. Doc Stewart's will score. Jordan White coming in to score, makes it 5-0. White's came sliding in, feet first. Jaron Ford was looking to come and cover the bag. He went down low trying to get the throw from Lamori, and he kind of tumbled and stumbled head first to the plate. It almost looked like there for a second it was going to be a collision course with the cleats of Jordan White and the head of Jaron Ford, and that had me concerned, but everyone okay. As Eli Jacobs powers one towards right field, he'll get on with a 2-out single, and the inning continues for the Doc Stewarts. Two outs, man on at first, and the 9-hitter Carson Dunn will step in, and now some action headed to the bullpen for Humboldt. Xander Sorensen will go out to catch. Get you the name of the guy out there throwing. And now the infield is coming together to have a quick meeting. And it's the pitcher, I think, that Ford might have been kind of trying to work out a knee after that awkward attempt to make that tag at home plate. Seems to be all right. He's going to stay in the game here. They do get somebody warming up in the bullpen for the Eagles, but I cannot tell you who it is. He is back behind the bleachers. Ford will face his 9th batter in the first. Carson Dunn takes the first pitch for ball 1. High from Ford, a 2-0 count. Carson Dunn coming off of a 2-hit day yesterday, helping out his batting average. Hopefully getting some stuff going. He is coming in hitting 172. Takes a 2-0 pitch for ball 3. Five runs on just 2 hits so far here in this first inning for the Docs. Hits the inside corner on the 3-0 pitch for strike 1. Out at first base, Eli Jacobs. The 3-1 to Carson. Swing and a miss. Dunn wanted all of that one, as he usually does. No cheapy swings when it comes to Carson Dunn. That young man has some power behind that bat, and he likes to put it on display every time he takes a cut. He swings again, and a big cut for strike 3. Couldn't connect with that one, and that will finish off things for the Docs in the first inning. 9 runners to the plate. They score 5 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors for Humboldt, and the Docs leave 1 man on base. We go to the top of the second, 5-0. Docs in front of the Humboldt Eagles on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Top of the second inning, Doc Stewart's Baseball brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. 5-0 score, Doc's in front of Humboldt. Tristan Ledbetter back on the mound after a lengthy layoff there with the bottom of the first, sending 9 hitters to the plate. Faces Parker Rogers. First pitch was fouled off. Rogers now puts one in the air out towards right center. Tracking it down is Carson Dunn. Center fielder underneath it for the catch, 1 away. That at-bat for Parker Rogers started off his first pitch. He swung, foul-tipped it off the plate. It bounced back up, and then on his follow-through with his swing, it hit his bat again and went ricocheting towards the on-deck circle. Got people oohing and aahing there. 1 away, nobody on. First pitch swing and a miss on a breaking ball for Matt Letter. Matt Letter from Fortuna High School, honorable mention selection this year. The 0-1 pitch to him. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Oh, 2 count. Ledbetter out of his windup will miss high and away. So the Docs 6-4 on the season, trying to get back to 3 games above 500. So 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, misses low. Docs had fallen to 5-4 after back-to-back losses against Medford. As Ledbetter, who got ahead in this at-bat, now falls to 3-2 on the count to Matt Letter. Letter being disciplined, not chasing. Takes high for ball 4. Good at bat for Matt Letter to battle back in. That'll be Ledbetter issuing his first walk of the game. He's given up 1 hit, 1 walk. But so far, those are the only 2 base runners.
Next batter will be the catcher, number 36.
1 out, 1 on. Rylan Lamori, the catcher, will bat. Pick off throw to first. Not going to be there in time. So the Docs, their closest to 500 was at 5-4. First pitch swinging. Lamori lines one fair down the left field side. Rolls all the way to the corner. Up with it is Jacobs. He bobbled it. Throws in. The relay throw will not go to the plate. Coming in to score is Matt Letter to make it 5-1. And the visiting Humboldt fans in attendance, which I wouldn't have thought there was many, but they make some good noise as Rylan Lamori comes through with an RBI double down the left field line. They will have him run for himself. No, now they will bring in the courtesy runner for the catcher. Heading out there to run is Xander Sorensen.
Now running at second, Xander Sorensen, the batter.
Jaron Ford will bat, the pitcher. Gets a chance to hit in the 8th spot. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. So 5-1 your score on the board. Humboldt After a one-out walk to Matt Letter, then Rylan Lamori a double down the left field line. Reaching forward, pops one out to shallow left field, caught by Carson Dunn, who comes in to take it. 2 away. Lamori hit that ball well, and it was right down the line. Long run for Eli Jacobs out in left field, who plays closer towards the alley. Not expecting a lot of guys to get around and pull the ball down the line, but Lamori did. Long run for Jacobs, and then when he got there, bobbled it just enough as he was trying to pick it up. Probably were sending Letter anyways, but just enough of a hesitation to really make that an easy score for Matt Letter. 0-1 pitch here to Reagan Nyberg. Takes low and outside, a 1-1 count. The 1-1 pitch for Ledbetter. Misses low and outside. A runner going, throw to third. And Jordan White couldn't get set up in time at third base to make the tag. If he had been able to kind of get himself situated, he would have easily had a tag for the final out. But the throw by Knox Hubbard and the coordination at third by White didn't quite all come together at the right time. Swing and a miss, strike 2 for Nyberg. Two-two pitch, strike 3, froze him at the dish. Another One Peak Medical for a strikeout for Tristan Ledbetter, his second of the game. Strikeouts by Doc Stewart's pitchers are brought to you by One Peak Medical. Don't let the perfect pitch get by you. If you're tired of waiting months to see a doctor, visit onepeakmedical.com to book an appointment today. Go to the bottom of the second inning, 5-1. Humboldt gets 1 run in on 1 hit, no Doc's errors, and 1 runner left on base. Back after this 60-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Top of the order, due up for the Docs in the bottom of the second, leading 5-1. Today's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Takahashi will lead things off against Jaron Ford. First pitch is high and away for ball 1. 87 degrees today here in Roseburg, and maybe our counterparts that are tuning in from California scoff at that a little bit as a 1-1 pitch swung on and missed by Austin Takahashi. We haven't really seen temperatures up around 90 too often this year, and when they get there, boy, it feels sweltering in the basin. Pitch high again for Takahashi, 2 balls and a strike. So 87 today. Coming up this weekend for our trip to Medford, it's going to be warm. 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed by Austin, and Takahashi has a 2-2 count. Looking at triple digits for the weekend in Medford. 2-2, high and away. Count will go full for Austin Takahashi. Full count pitch by Jaron Ford, high and away, and Takahashi will draw his second walk of the afternoon. He is such a disciplined hitter, does not chase much outside the zone, does not get fooled too easily, and he will make his way to first with the walk. They'll bring in Dominic Titone to run for him. Pinch runner out to first base. And that might be it for Austin Takahashi. They wanted to try and get him 2, maybe 3 at-bats, and that was his second. It comes here in the second inning. Visit out to the mound now for head coach Matt Tomlin. Going to talk with his infield here. Dominic Titone out at first base. Justin Jenks is coming up to hit. The third man up will be Kay Johnson. He's the on-deck hitter. The on-deck hitter is brought to you by Budget Lumber. Everything you need for building a house, including, if you need to put together a garden bed, or maybe you're looking to build a deck. They've got you covered. That's Budget Lumber, always striving to be lumber one. We get a call to the pen for Humboldt. Unhappy with his outing. Jaron Ford tosses the glove to the dugout and will make the slow walk over there. We'll get a new man on the mound for the Humboldt Eagles. We'll tell you more about it after this call to the pen, brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. Back after this 60-second break with the changes on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
We get a call to the pen, brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. If you've been thinking about making a call and switching up your insurance coverage, well, you can get in touch with Chris. He's got over 10 years of insurance experience. Chris can make sure that you're getting the coverage you need at a price that fits your budget. Auto, home, life, and more. Contact Chris Hubbard at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a quote today. Justin Jenks will bat against the new man, a lefty, Cooper Olson, that takes over on the mound for Jaron Ford. First pitch swinging by Jenks is fouled away for strike one. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. A leadoff walk to Austin Takahashi got things started. Takahashi then had a pinch runner come in for him, so Dominic Titone stands at first with nobody out. Justin Jenks at the plate. Docs lead 5-1 over Humboldt. The 0-1 to Jenks is elevated for a 1-1 count. Justin Jenks reaching on an error in the first inning. Jaron Ford pitching just a credit for 1 inning tonight. The 1-1 pitch, runner going, strike called, throw to second off target. So it's a 1-2 count for Jenks at the plate. Stolen base for Dominic Titone. So a 1-2 count for Jenks now with a man in scoring position. Wind continues to blow here on this warm day in the Umpqua Basin. The American flag out in center field is kind of blowing in and towards right field. The 1-2 count for Jenks. Strike three called on the outside corner. Jenks will go down looking. Third strikeout for the Humboldt pitching staff. One away. That's the first strikeout for the new man, Cooper Olson. So Jenks sits down with the strikeout. That'll bring up Kay Johnson. Johnson flew out to right field his first time up. He'll face the lefty for the first time. First pitch swinging, pops it up. Right side. Into foul territory, the first baseman, and nobody will make the catch. That ball foul. That landed just over the shoulder of the first baseman. The second baseman, Jared Dixon, was there to try and help, and neither able to battle this afternoon sun here at Champion Car Wash Field to make the play. So safely back to home plate. Cade Johnson goes with an 0-1 count. Take a look at that final line for Jaron Ford. Cooper Olson, 0-1 pitch. Fouled off out in front of that one, just got a piece of it. Cade Johnson, an 0-2 count. Olson from Eureka High School. Oh-2 count to Cade Johnson. Takes outside, protecting the plate. He was really following that ball all the way in. So Jaron Ford goes 1 inning, gave up 2 hits. Right now credited with 5 runs, although not all of them would be earned runs. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. The runner at second base would go to his total if Dominic Tatone comes around to score. 1-2 pitch for Olson, high to Cade Johnson, a 2-2 count. So Cade Johnson back in with a 2-ball, 2-strike pitch coming up from Cooper Olson. Olson staring in with the left arm dangling, toes the third base side of the rubber. Long look to second, delivers home, breaking ball outside. Full count for Johnson. Jace Johnson not in the lineup today, the cousin of Cade Johnson. So if I just mentioned Johnson, you know exactly who I'm talking about. It is Cade. Full count pitch with 1 out. Bounces in, gets away from the catcher. Up to third will go Dominic Tatone. Cade Johnson is going to try and go for 2 bases, and he'll get it. Running all the way, Cade Johnson gets to second on a walk. And so the Docs will get 2 bases out of that one. That'll be a walk. And then, I guess a wild pitch allows him to get another 90 feet. So 1 out, runners at second and third for Daniel Withers, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. That was against the starter Jaron Ford. Already into the bullpen for the Eagles today. First pitch fouled away by Withers. So Withers coming into today batting .429. The 0-1 pitch to him. Line drive just fouled down the third base side. Sharply hit, got out in front of that one. He somehow threaded the needle between assistant coach Tim Sester in the third base coach's box, the runner Dominic Tatone, and the third baseman Cole Ayala. Somehow he found his way between all of them as they were over that direction, and it ended up foul. 0-2 pitch to Withers with 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position. Strike 3 called. Goes down looking. Second strikeout for Olson. And the Docs in danger of possibly letting a big moment go by with 2 runners in scoring position, a chance to try and drive in a couple more runs. Docs already on top, 5-1. 5 runs in the first for the Doc Stewarts, 1 in the top of the second for Humboldt. We're here in the bottom of the second inning from Champion Car Wash Field. Knox Hubbard had a 2-run single back in the first inning. Lefty versus lefty matchup. First pitch called strike 1 to Knox. Knox Hubbard now with 4 RBI on the season. Looking to add to it here. The 0-1 pitch drops just a bit outside, a 1-1 count. At third base, Dominic Tatone, pinch runner for Austin Takahashi, who reached on a walk to start off this inning. Tak was the last batter to face the starter, Jaron Ford. The 1-1. Knox got out in front, hits a rollover to second base, picked up by Jared Dixon, who will fire over to first, and that'll help Humboldt get out of things here in the second inning. Couple of big strikeouts for Cooper Olson. Keeps the Docs off the board. No runs, no hits. There were no errors, and 2 men left on base. We'll go to the top of the third inning. Docs lead 5-1 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Top of the third inning, Docs baseball here on the score, brought to you by Flyaway Travel. You can book your travel plans with their travel experts. Find them over on West Harvard Avenue here in Roseburg. It'll be Jared Dixon to lead things off. He swings at the first pitch from Tristan Ledbetter, and he hits one into left field. One hopper out to Eli Jacobs to start off with a base hit for the Eagles. Well, they gave up 5 runs in the bottom of the first inning, and things were kind of looking a little bleak for them early on. But the Eagles not appearing to be ready to roll over and be done for the day. They're going to chip away at this lead. Docs on top by 4, but you'd like to see him add some insurance. Breaking ball drops in for a strike from Ledbetter to Daniel Osborne. Osborne grounded out to first in the first inning. 0-1 pitch, Ledbetter inside. That had Osborne all twisted up, but carried in a bit too far. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball outside this time. 2-1 count. The 2-1 is outside again for Ledbetter, just nibbling at the strike zone, but he can't get the call. Three-1 pitch, line drive, drops into right center, heading for third will go Dixon. He gets 2 bases out of it. A single for Osborne, back-to-back singles for the Eagles here in the third inning, and they're in business with runners on the corners. Still nobody out. It'll be the 3-hitter Vincent Agliolo that'll get a chance to bat for a second time. Agliolo had a single back in the first inning. He came through with the game-winning hit in the 6-4 win over Vallejo back on Monday for the Eagles. Agliolo from Arcata High School, all-league selection. It's a pickoff throw to first base for Ledbetter. First pitch, strike 1 to Agliolo. Ground ball left side past the diving Jordan White. Another run in for the Eagles. Up to second base goes Osborne on the RBI single by Vincent Agliolo. 3 straight singles to start off things here in the third for the Eagles. Runners at first and second. 5-2 our score. Back to a 3-run ball game.
Next batter number 17, Cole Ayala.
Cole Ayala will bat. The third baseman struck out swinging back in the first inning. He takes the first pitch for strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Ground ball back up the middle, gets into center field past a bunch of diving infielders. Throw to the plate is going to hold the runners. Base is loaded. Ayala with a single right back up the middle. Osborne to third, Agliolo to second, and Ayala to first.
Next batter, number 9.
Justin Jenks tried to backhand it up the middle, but he didn't get there in time. Diving for it, Kay Johnson couldn't get to it, and so it rolled to Carson Dunn in center. First pitch swinging, a foul ball down the third base side. Strike one to Parker Rogers, who's 0 for 1 in the game with a fly ball out to center. He's got the one strike against him, trying to see if he can bring in some more runs. Game-tying run is now on at base at first for the Eagles. They've started off the third here with 4 straight hits. Ledbetter gets a strike at the bottom of the zone. It's an 0-2 count for Rogers. Strikeout would be big. Doc's play for the double play up the middle and look for the defenders on the corners to go home. That line drive gets into left field. 1 run in, and that's all they'll get. Station to station, 5 straight singles for Humboldt here in the third inning. That is an RBI single for Parker Rogers. So he stands at first. Coming in to score, Daniel Osborne. Agliolo goes to third, Ayala to second. 5-3 our score. Game-tying run is now at second base. Just in the top of the third in this scheduled 9-inning contest. A 1-0 count to Matt Letter, who walked in the second inning. Tristan Ledbetter misses low and outside, a 2-0 count. Nowhere to put a runner here. Letter obviously disciplined enough to walk back in the second inning. He had a full count, I believe, in that one. He'd fallen behind and worked his way back in. The 2-0 pitch, high and away. He's got a 3-0 count. And now Tristan Ledbetter's got to come to him. And with that 3-0 pitch coming up, we've got action headed to the bullpen. Strike is in there. 3-1 count to Matt Letter. So Ledbetter's got to try and find a strike again. The 3-1 pitch misses for ball 4. Another run in for the Eagles. For Ledbetter, that is his second walk issued. They've both been to Matt Letter. 5-4 our score with nobody out. Agliolo scores. Ayala to third. Rogers to second. First pitch, strike one.
That is number 36, Rylan Lamori.
To Rylan Lamori. Lamori had the RBI double in the second that got Humboldt on the board for the first time. He takes outside, a 1-1 count. 3 runs in here in the third. It's a 1-run ball game, 5-4. You've had 5 straight singles and a walk to start off this third inning for Tristan Ledbetter. Second pitch, or make that the third pitch of the at-bat to Rylan Lamori, is a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes for the catcher. Humboldt starting this frame with the leadoff man, Jared Dixon. So they started at the top of the order. Slow roller towards short. Only play is going to be to first. Docs will get an out, but the game is tied. Kay Johnson charging in, gets the out at first. An RBI ground out for Rylan Lamori. Coming in to score was Ayala and makes it a 5-5 ball game. Parker Rogers goes to third, Matt Letter to second, and Jaron Ford, after getting lifted from the game, will not be hitting here in the 8th spot. Runners at second and third with 1 out for the new man to bat. This is the lefty. First pitch swinging for Cooper Olson.
Batters number 19, Cooper Olson.
A 1 count for Cooper Olson in his first at-bat. Lefty versus righty matchup. Strike taken, an 0-2 count. Dust starting to blow in from the softball field beyond the left field fence here at Champion Car Wash Field. There's a nice breeze blowing in, and they're out there dragging the softball field. 0-2 pitch is fouled away. Tie ball game, 5-5 here in the top of the third. Looks like Parker Burke out there throwing for the Doc Stewarts in the bullpen. Off-speed pitch from Ledbetter misses high and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ledbetter's 1-2 pitch to Cooper Olson is fouled away. Ledbetter looking to try and get the second out here. Single, single, single. No, single, single, RBI single, single, RBI single, RBI walk, RBI ground out. 4 runs in here in the third. Ooh, check swing, breaking ball, misses low, and holding back was Cooper Olson. 2-2 count. Ooh, fought off a pitch on the outside corner again, and Olson continues his battle. Oh, catcher's interference is called. I thought that sounded weird. So catcher's interference. Cooper Olson fighting off a pitch on the outside corner. Gets on. Bases are loaded. One out. Bases are juiced. They get a courtesy runner for the pitcher at first. That'll be Ethan Pesch that is running.
Next batter is number 10, Reagan Nyberg.
So bases loaded again with 1 out. The 9th hitter to the plate here in the third is Reagan Nyberg. Ground ball towards short. Picked up by Johnson to Jenks. Can't get it out of the glove. A run will score. They only get 1 out. So Nyberg drives in a run. And out at second base is Ethan Pesch, the courtesy runner. 6-4 on the put out there. Scoring was Parker Rogers. Matt Letter up to third. Runners on the corners. It is now Humboldt 6-5 in the lead. And a balk is called. And now out comes Jeremiah Robbins to dispute the balk call. As it stands, a balk brought in a run. Ledbetter apparently saying he stepped off the rubber before he made a move. Jeremiah Robbins not apparently buying the explanation here at the moment. I don't think it's going to overturn anything. Ledbetter's now going to get a visit from Jeremiah Robbins, who, since he was out there, he decided to stick around. So Matt Letter scores on the balk. Reagan Nyberg goes to second. And it's suddenly a 2-run lead for Humboldt. This game has turned around in a hurry. 6 runs here in the third. And Jeremiah Robbins has turned around to go back out to have a conversation with the umpire. Again, fired up here. Felt as if I heard Jeremiah say something about why something got to be said when I'm walking away. Jeremiah will head back to the dugout after a few conversations. Long break in the action here. Today's game, by the way, is sponsored by Dr. Lance and Randall, accepting new patients. Call them at 541-378-6694. The dentist is accepting new patients, so you can check them out. That is Dr. Lance and Randall. Back to the top of the order here. 10th hitter to the plate in the third inning, and a beanball. And the Humboldt dugout now suddenly has a lot more energy than it did when this game started, and they were down 5-0. 7-5, Humboldt in front. For Ledbetter, that's his first hit batter.
Next batter, number 16, Daniel Osborne.
So runners at first and second with 2 down. Ledbetter's first pitch is low for ball 1 to Daniel Osborne. So Jared Dixon, who led off this third inning with a single and scored the first run of the frame, is back on at first. Out at second base is Reagan Nyberg. Pop fly towards left field for Daniel Osborne. Calling for it is Eli Jacobs, who's there to make the catch and finish things off. Long third inning for the Humboldt Eagles, and they will rally back to take a 7-5 lead. So go to the bottom of the third inning. Docs with some work to do on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Bottom of the third inning. The Roseburg Dr. Stewart's now trailing 7-5 against the visiting Humboldt Eagles. It's been a game with runs back and forth. Docs with 5 runs in the first, and Humboldt with 6 runs in the top of the third to take the first lead of the game for the Eagles. Doc Stewart's will now look to try and rally back, and they will have Jordan White at the plate for the first pitch, strike 1. On the mound is the lefty Cooper Olson. He misses low and outside to Jordan White for a 1-1 count. Cooper Olson came in the second inning for Jaron Ford. As Jordan White goes opposite field. And the right fielder, Matt Letter, wanted to come up throwing to first base to try and get Jordan White. If the first baseman was ready and if he had unleashed it on his first instinct, Matt Letter might have had a chance. That ball got to the right fielder quick, but Jordan White gets on safely with a single. Just find the spot between first and second and went that direction. 1 on with nobody out. Braxton Dill, the right fielder, 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout, will bat. Squares to bunt. Pushes it first base side. Foul picked up by the catcher Lamori. Braxton Dill struck out against Jaron Ford.
Now 50-50 tickets on sale.
Jaron Ford ends up giving up the 5 runs.
Right now, they're coming down from the press box. Get your buddy out, wave it high, and they'll grab it from you.
Ford gives up those 5 runs all in the first inning. And Cooper Olson came in and pitched out of a jam in the second with runners at second and third and just 1 out. He was able to get the final 2 outs and keep the Docs off the board in the second inning. A strike taken for an 0-2 count to Braxton Dill. On at first base, Jordan White takes a significant lead out there. Pickoff throw his direction. He climbs back to the bag on safely. Oh, 2 pitch. Olson delivers just outside. 1-2 count. Behind the plate, Lamori freezing that one, trying to get the call. Dr. Stewart's baseball this season here on The Score, brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union. belong to Douglas County. The 1-2 pitch, runner going, check swing fouled away by Braxton Dill. So back to first goes Jordan White. Back in the box is Braxton Dill. On the mound, Cooper Olson with his 1-2 pitch. High, 2-2 count. Olson, kind of a elongated slide step to the plate out of his stretch here with the runner on at first, but with the lefty, you got to be careful. Looks to first base and will step off and throw that way. Back in safely does go Jordan White. Roseburg and Humboldt will both be in the upcoming Coach K Classic down in Medford starting tomorrow. Docs will actually play Humboldt on Friday in that tournament. High and away on the 2-2 pitch. Count goes full to Braxton Dill. Docs will take on Fairfield on Thursday in their first game from the Coach K Classic. Then they take on Humboldt. Then they take on the Las Vegas Aces, a team they played just yesterday. And then they also take on Klamath Falls as well. Full count pitch. Runner going, that ball in the air. White has to put on the brakes. He's going to turn back, and that ball's dropped. Now he's got to race for second base. He won't get there in time. And so Braxton Dill gets on. Jordan White does a lot of running and is out at second base. Center fielder throwing him out. One away. Unlucky there for the Docs. Jordan White had to be going back to first. Looked like that ball would be caught, but Matt Letter had it hit off his glove.
Next batter, Eli Jacobs.
Backing up the play closely, though, was Daniel Osborne, and he was able to pick it up quickly and immediately throw that ball in to get White at second base on the force out. Pickoff throw to first again for Olson. So that'll be the third error of the ball game for the Humboldt Eagles. Although now I got to question whether or not is that an error or a fielder's choice or both, because they do get the out at second base. Runner at first with one away. Hard hit ball right side for Eli Jacobs, gets in. He's 2 for 2 in the game. Back to second base goes Braxton Dill after taking a hard turn. So Eli Jacobs gets his second single opposite field. He's 2 for 2, and the Docs with 2 runners on base. Game-tying run at first. Carson Dunn will bat. Carson Dunn 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first inning. He was one pitch away from getting on base with a walk. Looked like he thought he had it. Then ended up striking out swinging. Carson, first pitch here from Cooper Olson. Squares to bunt, puts it down third base side. Beautiful bunt. He's got great speed. Everybody's safe. Carson Dunn, he's got power in his bat and he loves to put it on display, but there's always the speed and his ability to lay down bunts that when things are kind of not working at the plate, he can go back to that usually and find a way on base. And it worked yesterday to get him going, had a 2-hit day. After striking out in the first inning, he lays down a bunt single here in the third. And the Doc Stewarts have the bases loaded. Top of the order, Austin Takahashi. No, excuse me, Dominic Titone will get a chance to bat. Titone came in to run for Takahashi in the second and stays in the game. He will take a strike on the first pitch. Dominic Tatone, also a left-handed batter like Austin Takahashi. It's a 1-0 count. That was not a strike on the first pitch. The 0-1 misses low and outside for Dom, and he's got a 2-0 count. Two balls, no strikes. With one out, bases loaded to Dominic Tatone, his first at-bat of the day. They play with the infield in a bit. That pitch behind the head for the lefty. He's got a 3-0 count. Now the coach for Humboldt is questioning the count. I thought I saw the umpire make a signal on a strike call, but then he threw up his hand, said no, it was a 1-0 count, so I went with that. Maybe I just saw his arms do something that they didn't do. So Matt Tomlin's going to put his hands on his waist and walk back to the dugout after a brief conversation with our home plate umpire. It's a 3-0 pitch coming up here to Dominic Tatone. With the bases loaded, he's got a chance to bring home a run and get the Docs back within one. 3-0 pitch for Cooper Olson. Does hit the inside corner for a strike. Dominic Tatone back in, bases loaded with one out. Docs trail by 2 against Humboldt. Ball 4 outside. And that'll bring in a run. The leadoff spot in the lineup card for the Docs has now walked 3 times. It's 7-6. Complaints coming from the visiting dugout on the strike zone. Bases remain loaded for the Docs with one out. Justin Jenks will step in. He swings at the first pitch for strike 1. Justin Jenks is 0 for 2 in this game. Reached on an error in the first inning and scored a run. Docs trail 7-6 here in the third inning. Ground ball for Jenks. Goes to short. Agliolo over to Dixon. Over to first to Rogers. And Humboldt will get out of things in the bottom of the third. A 6-4-3 double play. And the Doc Stewarts will get one run back and trail 7-6 as we go to the top of the fourth inning. This is Doc Stewarts Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Go to the top of the fourth inning. Doc Stewart's trailing the Humboldt Eagles 7-6. We get a call to the pen brought to you by brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. If you've been thinking of switching up your insurance coverage, of course, get in touch with Chris. He can make sure you're getting the right coverage you need at the price that fits your budget, auto, home, life, and more. Contact Chris Hubbard at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a free quote today. It'll be Parker Burke to take over on the mound for Tristan Ledbetter here in the fourth inning. First pitch from Parker is a foul ball by Vincent Agliolo. Agliolo is 2 for 2 in the game with an RBI single his last time up.
Souvenir booth, go put your ticket in.
The 0-1 pitch from Burke is a breaking ball in for a called strike at the knees. The 0-2, ground ball fouled on the third base side for Agliolo. So Tristan Ledbetter goes 3 innings. He allowed 7 hits, 7 runs. As the 0-2 pitch again fouled away by Agliolo. Had him down for 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Ball in play, right side, sliding, knock it down, but unable to come up cleanly with it. Justin Jenks got there, but could not collect it in to make the play at first base. So the Docs will commit their first error of the ball game. Cole Ayala will bat. He is 1 for 2 with a single his last time up. Facing Parker Burke for the first time. Takes low and outside for ball 1. So Ledbetter, 3 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Your final line on that one. The 1-0 pitch in the air, well hit. Carson Dunn on the run, will not get to that ball. 8-1 hops out to the warning track. Dunn fires it back in. They will hold the runner at third. Ayala up with a double. And a ball smashed to center field. Cole Ayala from Fortuna High School put a charge behind that one. Carson Dunn had to try to catch up to it, but that ball hit over his head, which is hard to do. Agliolo goes all the way to third. Runners on the corners with nobody out. It'll be Parker Rogers to bat. Parker Rogers. Infield will come in with the runners at second and third and nobody out. First pitch from Parker Burke is outside, knocked down by Knox Hubbard. Seven to 6 our score. The 1-0 pitch fouled away. 1-1 count. At the dish, Rogers trying to drive in another run. He did so back in the 6-run third inning for Humboldt. Pitch in the dirt again for Parker Burke. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch popped up and foul. Two count. Parker Burke trying to get the first out here, keep the runners at second and third. His breaking ball inside. The hitter stood there like a statue waiting for that one to hit him. It didn't. And the count will go full. So Burke with a full count pitch coming up. Nobody out. First base is open. And that one goes to the backstop. The runners will hold. And the bases are loaded. So a walk issued by Parker Burke. First walk for him in his short outing so far. And the bases are loaded. An error, a double, and a walk. And that'll bring up Matt Letter, who has walked twice. Last time came with the bases loaded. He'll hit once again with the bases loaded. And an opportunity to try and bring in some more runs for Humboldt. Humboldt leading 7-6 after being down 5-0 after the first inning. First pitch swing and a miss for strike one for Matt Letter. Burke steps off. Bases loaded. They play for the double play ball up the middle. Right down the pipe for strike 2 to Letter. Matt Letter an 0-2 count. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. A big strikeout for Parker Burke. He gets Letter to chase a pitch upstairs. And there's your first out in the top of the 4th. A much-needed one for Parker Burke. 1 out. And the bases loaded. The Docs can get out of it with a double play here. That strikeout is presented by One Peak Medical. They are accepting new patients, and they're covered by most insurances, so check them out. Visit onepeakmedical.com today. First pitch, just below the knees for ball 1. Rylan Lamori at the plate is 1 for 2, has 2 RBI in this game. Gets around on 1, goes back to the mound. Burke to home, knocks Hubbard down to first. They go 1, 2, 3 on the double play to get out of things in the top of the 4th inning. They force out Agliolo at home and then get Lamori at first. And the Docs avoid giving up a run in the top of the 4th inning, leaving 2 runners stranded on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Docs trail by 1. Coming up to bat on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Doc Stewart's trailing 7-6 against Humboldt. Still the lefty Cooper Olson on the mound for the Eagles. Cade Johnson, Daniel Withers, and Knox Hubbard, your 3 hitters due up. Today's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. Fisher's Hearth and Home. Leading things off, Cade Johnson.
Batters number 1, Cade Johnson.
Johnson 0 for 1 in the game with a walk his last time up. Last time at the plate was against Cooper Olson. That was the first time that Johnson had seen him. Only one batter so far has seen Cooper Olson twice. That is Justin Jenks, who was the last out at the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch swinging for Cade Johnson, launches into the air to center field, where waiting to make the catch is Daniel Osborne. So 1 down, and it'll go to Daniel Withers to try and get something started for the Docs as they trail by 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Next batter is number 20, Daniel Withers.
Withers reached on a hit by pitch in the 1st inning and scored. Struck out looking his last time up against Cooper Olson. The 1-0 pitch is in the air out towards left center. Long run. The center fielder stumbling but does make the play. Osborne tracks that down in the alley. A long way to go. If that ball's maybe a little bit of a lower trajectory, it might have had a chance to get in and roll a bit there. But that ball hung up there for Osborne, and the center fielder makes the catch to retire Withers. 2 down, Knox Hubbard will bat. Knox Hubbard had the first hit of the ball game for the Docs back in the 1st inning. Takes in the dirt for ball 1. Every first hit of the game is presented by MSK True Value. Make sure that you don't swing and miss with your next project. Head to MSK True Value and Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. 1-0 pitch to Knox is low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Good crowd showing up here as the evening continues to wear on. Keep seeing people coming back from the concession stand with hot dogs. Seen a lot of hot dogs tonight. UCC helping run things in the concession stand once again this summer for us. Pitch low, 3-0 count. Olsen, the lefty, 3-0 pitch to the lefty Knox Hubbard, in for a strike. Umpqua Community College providing the folks working down there in the concession stand. They're athletes usually down there working in a work-study situation. Part of the athletic department out there at UCC. 3-1 pitch to Knox, rolls over to first. Calling off the pitcher is Parker Douglas, who will make the out at first base to retire the side. Doc Stewart's go down in order in the bottom of the 4th. Can't cut in to the deficit and tie things up. They trail by 1 as we go to the top of the 5th in this 9-inning ball game on 541radio.com and on the Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
We head to the top of the 5th. Parker Burke throwing for the Doc Stewarts, as this game is much closer than it seemed like it was going to be when the game started. Doc's leading 5-0 after 1. Humboldt got 1 back in the top of the 2nd, but then put 6 on the board in the 3rd and took a big lead. And then the Docs got 1 back in the bottom of the 3rd inning, but they trail 7-6 as we start the top of the 5th inning. Neither team scoring there in the 4th inning. Leading things off for Humboldt will be Cooper Olsen, the left-handed pitcher. Takes low for ball 1. Parker Burke in to try and keep the Docs in this one. Both teams have gone to the bullpen already. Low and inside for Burke from the righty to the lefty. And it's a 2-0 count for Olsen. Burke winds and fires, misses low and inside again. The count will go to 3-0 to the leadoff man here in the 5th. Humboldt batted around, sent 11 hitters to the plate back in the 3rd inning. The 3-0 pitch misses for ball 4. That is a 4-pitch walk for Parker Burke to start off against Cooper Olsen. Second walk for Burke. They bring in a courtesy runner for the pitcher. That will be Ethan Pesch. Pesch takes his lead at first base. The 9-hitter Reagan Nyberg will lay down a bunt. Parker Burke gets it. The sac bunt moves a runner to scoring position. So Nyberg laying down a very well-executed sacrifice bunt. Top of the order coming up for Humboldt with 1 out And one on in scoring position. Jared Dixon will bat. He is 1 for 2, a single, a hit by pitch, and a ground out to short in his 3 plate appearances. Takes low and outside from Parker Berg. For Dixon, this will be his first at-bat against Parker. A 1-0 pitch out towards right field. Coming in, now drifting back to make the catch, Braxton Dill. He's got some defensive changes, it looks like, out there. Braxton Dill, I do believe, still in right field making that catch. Out, that is Dill out there.
16, Daniel Osborne.
So the out made in right field, 2 away. Daniel Osborne will bat, 1 for 3 today for him. Burke, breaking ball outside, knocked down by Knox. The runner out at second base got a good secondary jump, but decided to head back to second base. Sebastian Watson has entered the game at second. Cade Johnson still at short. Still Jordan White at third. And I believe still Daniel Withers at first. It's the 1-0 pitch, ground ball towards short. It's picked up by Cade Johnson. Toss over to Daniel Withers to retire the side. Humboldt gets one on, but they can't do anything with it. No runs, no hits, no errors. The one man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is a 7-6 lead for Humboldt over the Doc Stewarts, who look to try and tie it up as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
065-280-6.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Number 10, Jordan White.
Jordan White, Braxton Dill, and Eli Jacobs, your 3 hitters to come up in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts, trailing 7-6 against the visiting Humboldt Eagles. High and away for ball 1 as we start things off here. Both teams looking to avoid their 5th loss of the season. Humboldt coming in at 8-4. Doc Stewart's at 6-4. Is a ball by White out towards right field. Carries enough to Matt Letter out that direction. Retires Jordan White for the first time. White, or makes it for the first out here in the 5th, I should say. Jordan White is now 1 for 3 in the ball game. Braxton Dill gets a chance to bat here with 1 out, nobody on. Squares to bunt. He puts one down third base side. That's a beauty. He's on with a bunt single. Braxton Dill.
Once again, Little Brothers Pub. Check your 50-50 tickets, 065.
A bunt single down the third base side. He's got his first hit of the evening. He's 1 for 3. A man on at first base for the Doc Stewarts.
The batter, number 9, Eli Jacobs.
Eli Jacobs is 2 for 2 in this game. He will step in with Dill out at first base. 1 out. High and away on the first pitch. Jacobs taking for a 1-0 count. He's gone opposite field in both of his hits. They shade him a bit that direction in center field, leaving a wide open gap in left center if he can get away there. 1-0 pitch, low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes for Jacobs. Today's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Life will be taking us to Medford starting tomorrow. 2-0 pitch. Runner going. They go with the hit and run. That ball chopped to short. Jacobs down the line will beat out a throw. He's safe. 3 for 3 for Eli Jacobs. Put the ball in play on the hit and run. Braxton Dill gets to second base. That pulled the shortstop away from his normal position towards second base. And with the shortstop vacating, Eli Jacobs hit it there. Agliolo had a chance to get back to the ball, but by the time he got there, didn't have a chance to plant and throw to first. So he lobbed it that direction. No chance that was going to beat out Eli Jacobs. Runners at first and second with 1 away. Carson Dunn will bat. Bunted for a single in the 3rd inning. They play in on the grass a bit, maybe expecting another one here. First pitch to Dunn. Not showing a bunt. He takes outside for ball 1. Top of the order, waiting on deck. That is Dominic Tatone. Tatone, the DH, batting for the pitcher. The 1-0 pitch. That ball hit hard out to left field, but coming in and easily making the catch is Nyberg. That ball well struck, but right to the left fielder for Carson Dunn. There's 2 down, and it'll take a 2-out rally for the Docs to try and tie up this ball game. Top of the order, Dominic Tatone will try to do it.
Next batter, number 3, Dominic Tatone.
Dom in his first at-bat after checking in for Austin Takahashi. That came back in the 3rd inning. He drew a bases-loaded walk to bring in a run. Made it a 1-run ball game at the time. On the mound, Cooper Olson, the lefty, delivers. Breaking ball outside. Olson checked into the ballgame in the 2nd inning. Jaron Ford faced 10 batters total. Got credit for 1 inning of work in this one before getting lifted from the game. 1-0 pitch. Misses, a 2-0 count. Olson takes a moment to gather himself after missing on the last pitch. Wind blowing towards right field. The lefty, Dominic Tatone, takes a breaking ball that does drop in for a strike. Two down, runners at first and second for the Doc Stewarts in the bottom of the 5th inning. Eli Jacobs at first, Braxton Dill at second. Dom takes high and inside. 3-1 count. Good speed out there on the bases, and that can be said most of the time for this Docs ball club. These guys, good speed pretty much all the way around, and that's one thing that Jeremiah Robbins has touched on a lot throughout the year. It's how they want to be aggressive on the bases and show off their wheels. A 3-1 pitch to Tatone. Pops it up towards right field. That's the Sunfield. Could be trouble out there calling for it, though. Matt Letter is going to be able to secure it for the final out. Once again, the Docs get a runner into scoring position, but they cannot do anything with it. Tatone flies out to right field for the final out, and the Doc Stewarts, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We are through 5 innings of play. We go to the top of the 6th inning. It's a 1-run ball game between the Docs and the Humboldt Eagles on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
First batter.
Roseburg Dr. Stewart's baseball on the score this season is sponsored by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Top of the sixth inning on a beautiful night for some baseball here in the Umpqua Basin. Docs trailing by 1, trying to keep it that way as they head out back defensively. First pitch swinging. Parker Burke gets a foul ball out of Vincent Agliolo. Agliolo is 2 for 3 in the game, reached on an error his last time up. The 0-1 pitch, missing inside for Burke, and it's a 1-1 count. Today's game is streaming live online at 541radio.com, where you can catch Docs baseball throughout the summer. It's a 1-1 pitch, hits the inside corner this time for a strike. Video coverage of Docs baseball is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. We appreciate their sponsorship and helping us make this possible. Breaking ball is sent out to center field. Agliolo continues his sharp hitting today. He's got his 3rd hit. Another single for the Eagles. Runner on with nobody out to start things off here in the 6th inning. Cole Ayala, the 3rd baseman, is 2 for 3. Had a double his last time up. Takes the first pitch for ball 1, high and in. Humboldt loaded the bases back in the 4th inning. Last time that Ayala was at the plate, they loaded him up, but they were unable to do any damage. The ball well struck out to left field. It's going to fall for a base hit. Off the wall, Eli Jacobs up with it. They will hold the runner at 3rd. Into second base with his 2nd double is Ayala. He goes left field this time. He went right field the first time for his double. Actually, kind of dead center field. That ball was hit over the head of Carson Dunn back in the 4th. This time he hits it to left field. Eli Jacobs playing more towards center. So that ball falls for an easy double. Puts runners at 2nd and 3rd. Parker Rogers will bat. Last time he walked to load the bases in the 4th inning, but Humboldt was not able to cash in for a run with the bases loaded and nobody out. They struck out, then hit into an inning-ending double play. 1-0 count to Parker Rogers. Rogers is 1 for 2 today with an RBI single. Takes a breaking ball inside. Time called. Knox Hubbard's going to head out to the mound. So the Doc Stewarts have been kind of flirting with finding themselves down by more than just 1 run. Humboldt has threatened a couple of times here recently, but they haven't scored since the 3rd inning when they put 6 runs on the board. Meanwhile, the Docs haven't scored since that 3rd inning either. They got 1 run back out of those 6 to make it a 1-run ball game, but both teams have been shut out the last 2 innings. We'll see which one's able to score again next. The 2-0 pitch just outside for Parker Burke. He misses on the zone. Falls behind 3-0 against Rogers. Humboldt's first baseman, Parker Rogers, looking to get on base, and he will with ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk. Parker Rogers reaches for a 2nd time on the walk. 3rd walk issued by Parker Burke. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. And this is a familiar situation to what we saw earlier in this game. Parker Burke had a similar start to the inning back in the 4th against those same 3 hitters. The defense comes in, a swing and a miss for strike 1 to Matt Letter. So in the 4th inning, it was an error for Vincent Agliolo to get on base. then a double by Cole Ayala, and then a walk to Parker Rogers. This time it was a single for Agliola, a double for Ayala, and a walk to Rogers. Strike 2 taken by Matt Letter. So the start to the inning, the 4th and the 6th, have been very similar. Back in the 4th inning, Matt Letter was at the plate with the bases loaded and nobody out, and he struck out. He's behind 0-2 right now against Parker Burke. Burke's 0-2 pitch is just a bit low. Didn't look like it was a bad pitch. The movement on it, I think, dropped it below the zone. And so good pitch with the 2 strikes, trying to get a hitter to chase. He couldn't do it. The 1-2 pitch here for Burke. Ground ball left side is going to drive in a run. Out into left field, Eli Jacobs sends it back in. 1 run scores on an RBI single for Matt Letter. Coming in is Agliolo, scores for a second time in the game. Ayala moves to third, Rogers to second. 8-6, Humboldt back up by 2. That matches their largest lead of the ball game. And they've got a chance to add more to it with the bases still loaded with nobody out. Rylan Lamori will bat, and he gets hit by a pitch to bring in another run. So they'll get a courtesy runner for the catcher after he heads down to first. And for Lamori at first, that is Xander Sorensen that'll run. So the bases are loaded. Lamori gets a RBI hit by pitch. Ayala scores. Rogers to third, Letter to second. Ball gets away, but all the runners will hold. A 1-0 count for Cooper Olson, the lefty. He walked in the 5th inning against Parker Burke. Strike on the 1-0 pitch to Olson. 2 runs in here in the 6th inning to make it 9-6 in favor of Humboldt. Now has their largest lead of the game. Another strike taken by Olson gives him a 1-2 count. Reaching, pokes it third base side. It is an out at third by Jordan White, but a run scores. And it is now 10-6. Humboldt in front. 1 out. That ball down the line, Jordan White, I think, was wondering whether it'd be fair or foul. He fielded it, but had to go down to the turf to get it. Stepped on the bag, was trying to figure out where to go with it next, but didn't really have a good inkling on where he was going to go next to try and turn 2, and so just get 1 and a run scoring. First pitch high for ball 1 to Reagan Nyberg. So Parker Rogers scored on that RBI fielder's choice for Cooper Olson. Ball belted in the air for Nyberg, out to center field. Catch made, runners hold. And there's 2 down. Runners at first and second.
Next batter, number 27, Jared Dixon.
Top of the order, Jared Dixon will bat. The first pitch from Burke in the dirt, ball 1. Jared Dixon is 1 for 3 today. Last time flew out to right field. So the Docs now find themselves down by their largest margin in this ball game. 10-6 your score. Back pick to second. No throw, not a back pick. Pickoff move to second by Parker Burke and no throw. Burke a long look to second, throws in, and that ball inside. Jared Dixon clinching up, getting small. That ball just missing him. He's got a 2-0 count. Jared Dixon had A nice day in that doubleheader against league opponents back on Monday as he takes a strike on the outside corner. Had 7 hits between the 2 games combined. So he came in hitting a hot streak. Looking for a multi-hit game here. That ball towards center field on the run. Carson Dunn will not get there. It's extra bases. And Dixon will have his multi-hit game. He's heading for third. He'll get in standing up there as he drives in 2 more. This Humboldt team can hit. That was Sorensen running for Lamori, and Olsen both score on the triple by Jared Dixon. He drives in 2. Still 2 outs. And the first pitch now to Daniel Osborne. Misses the zone for strike 1. Daniel Osborne, the 9th hitter to the plate here in the 6th inning for the Eagles. He'll take a strike. 1-1 count. 2 down. Another big inning for the Eagles. They've scored 5 here in the 6th. Breaking ball misses low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Parker Burke trying to get through things here in the 6th inning. Breaking ball is fouled. Third base side for strike 2. So kind of a long game here for both these teams. A couple of innings that have gone long for both sides. It's a 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed on the breaking ball. Knox will throw down to Daniel Withers for the out. And for Parker Burke, he'll get his 2nd strikeout of the ball game. And it comes in a good spot to try and finish things here in the 6th. 5 runs in for Humboldt. They lead 12-6 as we go to the bottom of the 5th, make that bottom of the 6th inning here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
First batter, bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be number 2, Sebastian Watson.
Go to the bottom of the 6th inning, Docs. Down by 6 against the visiting Humboldt Eagles. Leading things off, Sebastian Watson getting his first hit at-bat of the evening. He takes over for Justin Jenks at second base. A 1-0 pitch misses high for a 2-0 count as Cooper Olsen still on the mound throwing for Humboldt. Docs have some action up in their bullpen. Cooper Olsen's been the needed medicine for Humboldt. He's come in and steadied the ship. It's a strike against Sebastian Watson. Docs scored 5 runs in the first inning, led 5-0 with those runs against Jaron Ford. But then Cooper Olsen came in. He has steadied the ship, and Humboldt, their bats have gotten going, and they have been on fire. As a ball hit towards center field, Sebastian Watson in his first at-bat. You want to talk about guys seeing the ball pretty well so far this season. He has been. That is his 5th. It's a 5-hit streak, 5-game hit streak now for Sebastian Watson. Spit those words out. So Sebastian Watson extends his hitting streak to 5 games. Does so in his first at-bat of the day. Now Cade Johnson will bat. He's looking to extend one for himself. Nobody out, 1 runner on. Cooper Olson's first pitch, low and inside for ball 1. So far today, Cade Johnson flown out to right, flown out to center, and walked. 0 for 2 in the contest. He walked back in the second, and this reminds me of Little League, is a 1-0 pitch, hits for a strike. I remember trying to do it back in Little League where you try to catch the catcher sleeping on a ball 4 and you try and take second base. Well, Cade Johnson did it back in the second inning, but was left stranded at second base. The 1-1 pitch to him hits the outside corner for strike 2. So Cade Johnson with a 1-2 count and nobody out. Sebastian Watson on at first. We'll dig back into the right-handed batter's box. Olson picks over to first. Back in goes Watson. Today's game brought to you by Good Vibrations, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. A 1-2 count for Cooper Olson against Cade Johnson. That bounces in. Watson's going to head for second. The throw not on target, not on time. Wild pitch, moving the runner up 90 feet. Doc Stewart's needing 6 runs to tie this one up. It is a 9-inning ball game, so there's still lots of time left in this one. 2-2 count for Cade Johnson. Now a man in scoring position. Strike 3 called on the breaking ball, hitting the outside corner. And Cade Johnson goes down looking. That is the 3rd strikeout in the outing for Cooper Olson. 1 away. Daniel Withers will bat. Withers also looking to extend a hit streak. He'll flare one right side. That might, nope. Foul ball is the call. Foul ball down the right field side. Looked like maybe at first that ball might have a chance to get over the first baseman and land fair. First baseman Parker Rogers making an attempt at that ball in foul territory apparently. It was right on the line. That was a close one. Tough one to judge. A little watching it live there. In and out of his glove. So back to the plate, Daniel Withers alive with an 0-1 count after the ball dropped in foul territory. 0-1 pitch by Olson, a breaking ball, high and away. (12-6) our score. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Doc Stewart's trailing against Humboldt. These two teams will meet again coming up on Friday in the Coach K Classic in Medford. The 1-1 fouled away by Withers. Was on it, just couldn't barrel it up. Kind of interesting, the pool play for the Doc Stewarts down in Medford. Looks like they'll be playing pretty much teams they've all seen before. They'll play 4 games before they are matched up on Championship Sunday. Fairfield, Humboldt, Las Vegas, and Klamath Falls, all teams the Docs have played, as Daniel Withers extends his hit streak with a ball hit to left field. He is rounding for second. The left fielder having issues getting the ball back in, and Daniel Withers is in with a RBI double. Sebastian Watson scores from second base. Docs get one back.
Batter number 4, now.
And looking to try and get some magic going with 1 out here in the 6th inning. Knox Hubbard will look to try and see if he can drive in Daniel Withers from second. So Withers now with a 4-game hit streak. He is 1 for 3 today. Lefty-lefty matchup. Olson misses in the dirt for ball one against Knox Hubbard. Shadows starting to creep out of left field. Reagan Nyberg out there was playing in left field. Had to track that ball down in the corner in the shadows out there, and he was having an issue picking the ball up and getting it back in. 1-0 delivery from Olson does catch the zone for a strike. So the Shadows, they creep from the left field corner out across the diamond. You've got the shadows of the light poles stretching across from the third base side to the right field corner. And deep in the left field corner, currently in shadows. But that's the only real part of the park so far that is starting to find its way into the shadows. Off the end of the bat, a slow roller up the middle. The shortstop up with it. Throw to first. Gets away. Knox Hubbard gets on. A run will come in to score. Hubbard gets to second base. Withers scores. And Knox Hubbard gets to second. That'll be the first error since the first inning for Humboldt. Docs add a run. They're down by 4. They still have a man at second base with 1 out. Withers coming around to score after his RBI double. 2 runs in, 12-8 your score. Jordan White will try to keep it going. Jordan White had a single back in the 3rd inning. Swings and misses at a breaking ball that disappeared under the bat. You can catch Docs baseball from that Coach K Classic down in Medford. We will be down there to broadcast and should be able to do video stream for all of them. All of the games for the Docs. It's the 0-1 pitch, fouled away out in front of that one for White. Got a piece of it, got lucky to get a piece of it with how far out in front he was. Games will be played at Harry and David Field in Medford. Great facility, home of the Medford Rogues. And then also games will be played at North Medford High School. Nice high school baseball field out there. There's no cover, with how much sun they get down there during the spring and summer. No cover at North Medford High School, so bring the suntan lotion. Strike 3 called on a breaking ball, hits the inside corner. Second strikeout here in the 6th inning.
Next batter, number 7, Braxton Dill.
For Cooper Olson. There's 2 down, and it'll bring up Braxton Dill. Braxton Dill 1 for 3. Had a bunt single in the 5th inning, trying to keep things going here in the 6th as the Docs get 2 runs back and trail by 4. Breaking ball in the first pitch. Chopper left side, scooped by the third baseman who makes a accurate throw. Ayala over to Rogers. And that finishes off things in the 6th. So the Docs get back into it, down by 4 after scoring 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error for the Eagles and 1 runner left on base for the Dr. Stewarts. Top of the 7th inning coming up. It's a 12-8 ball game in favor of the Eagles on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Get a new man on the mound for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. We'll tell you more about that. But first, we take a look at our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. Humboldt, 12 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors, while the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts have 8 runs on 9 hits and 1 error in the ball game. Shop local, shop Garrettson Building Supply for all your home improvement and outdoor living needs. Garrettson Building Supply supporting our Douglas County community for 99 years. On the mound, pitching for the Dr. Stewarts is Daniel Withers. He takes over. He'll face Vincent Agliolo, who bats for a 4th time, or make it a 5th time. He rolls one to second base, picked up by Sebastian Watson, who fires over to first for the out. At first base now is Evan Corbin, who's come into the game. Takes over for Withers at first. 1 away. Ayala will bat. He is 3 for 4 in this game with 2 doubles and a single. Ayala will bat with nobody on and 1 out. First pitch, foul tipped into the glove for strike 1 as Daniel Withers from UVC, Umpqua Valley Christian High School, will make his first appearance on the mound here this summer for the Dr. Stewarts. He has not pitched previously. He's been playing at first base or at third base. Those have been the 2 positions for him on the infield. Misses, a 1-1 count to Ayala. Withers, a right-hander. Breaking ball misses low. 2 balls and a strike. Against Ayala, the hottest hitter in the lineup here for Humboldt. And the 2-1 pitch is fouled away. So Parker Berg came in the 4th inning. So he pitched 3 innings. We'll get you more of his numbers as we put them together here. Two-two count for Daniel Withers. Hard hit ball goes off the heel of the glove for the third baseman. Right to Kate Johnson, but will not get it in time to first. Evan Corbin stretching, but he could not stretch enough to make that 1 and out. So Ayala will get on base for a 4th time in the ball game. And that'll be an error at third base for Jordan White, unfortunately. Hard hit ball, 1 hopped off the heel of his glove. Ricocheted to Kate Johnson at shortstop, who fielded it cleanly and quickly got it across the diamond, but just the circuitous route it took going from third base to shortstop, then over to first. It just took too long to get the baseball over there. 1-0 count for Parker Rogers, who's walked his last 2 times up. He hits a line drive to left field off of Daniel Withers, and that'll put runners at first and second. So Withers got the first out, but now he'll be pitching with runners at first and second with 1 away against Matt Letter, who is 1 for 2 in the game, had an RBI single his last time up. Here in the top of the 7th, 12-8 your score in favor of Humboldt. So visit out to the mound for Parker Burke. For Knox Hubbard to talk with Daniel Withers. Sebastian Watson came in as well to have a conversation as they talk strategy.
Next batter is number 5, Matt Letter.
Matt Letter, first pitch, misses low and outside for ball 1. The 1-0 high. Knox Hubbard was quickly up out of his crouch, I think expecting that possibly runners were going to be moving on that. Ball popped out of his glove, but nobody was going anywhere. 2-0 count for Matt Letter. Back to the plate goes Knox Hubbard. We'll resume the at-bat for Matt Letter here. letter from Fortuna High School. The 2-0 pitch misses for a 3-0 count. A walk would load him up here for Daniel Withers. The righty does get a strike across on the 3-0 pitch. 3 balls, 1 strike. Daniel Withers was just a sophomore this last year at Umpqua Valley Christian School. Started out the season on the Pepsi bottle caps, but got called up to the docks and has been making a big impression on the team with what he's done with his bat and his play at first base. But his first chance pitching here, and he just walks the bases loaded. An error allowing things to continue, or an error got a runner on, then a single, and now a walk. Bases are loaded with 1 out. Rylan Lamori will bat, and he's got to be thinking, okay, not this again. Lamori batted with 1 out, and the bases loaded back in the 4th inning. He hit into a 1-2-3 double play. It's got a 1-0 count, breaking ball, strike 1. Got the 7th inning stretch coming up here from Champion Car Wash Field. So still a little ways to go in this ball game, but when it all wraps up, we'll have our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game for you in the postgame shows. A pop fly on the infield, caught by Sebastian Watson. The runners all hold, 2 down. Lamori flies out, and the Docs are 1 out away from not allowing a run here in the 7th inning, and once again leaving Humboldt with the bases loaded. It'll be Cooper Olson, the pitcher. Olson is 0 for 2 in the game. Last time up, though, hit into a fielder's choice to drive in a run. Fouls off the first pitch he sees for strike 1. So this is a tune-up here for the upcoming Coach K Classic down in Medford, where it's going to be hot. It's starting to feel real comfortable out here today. And temperatures are cooling, I'm sure. But down in Medford, it is going to be triple digits this weekend. As a pitch outside by Daniel Withers makes it a 1-1 count. Saturday, Docs will play 2 games on Saturday, 100 degrees. Sunday, Championship Sunday, 103, the projected high. It's a pitch low, 2 balls and a strike to Cooper Olson, the lefty. So get ready. First triple-digit days of the year for Medford. 2-1 pitch, lofted to left field, coming in. Eli Jacobs is there to make the catch. So once again, the Doc Stewart's able to hold Humboldt off the board and leave the bases loaded. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 runners left on base for the Eagles. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
9-inning ball game for us here tonight. So the Doc Stewart still with some time to try and catch up, trailing 12-8 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Humboldt held off the board in the top of the 7th after loading the bases. It'll be Eli Jacobs, Carson Dunn, and Dominic Titone, your three batters due up here in the 7th inning against Cooper Olson. Eli Jacobs, 3 for 3 on the day. Make it 4 for 4. A line drive. Agiolo at short, diving to try and get there, could not. 4 for 4 for Eli Jacobs. He continues his tear at the plate today. The disappointing part is that Eli has not scored a run. He's been on base 4 times now in this one and has not scored a run. Unfortunate there for him that his teammates haven't been able to bring him around. They'll try to change that here as he leads things off in the 7th. Pickoff throw softly tossed over to first base. Carson Dunn will bat. He is 1 for 3 in the game. Looking into the glove, Cooper Olson. The first pitch to Carson Dunn comes in up near the eyeballs for ball 1. Olson came in back in the 2nd inning. He has scattered 8 hits over that time. And he's given up only 3 runs. The ground ball left side, picked up by the third baseman. Throw to second for 1. Throw back to first will not be in time. So they get 1 out of 2. Eli Jacobs out at second. So 1 down. Carson Dunn on at first with the fielder's choice.
Next batter is number 12, Evan Corbin.
Top of the order. Evan Corbin now batting. Corbin came in defensively at first base when Daniel Withers went to the mound, so he takes over the leadoff spot. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Oh, 0-1 count for Evan Corbin in his first at-bat here this evening. He bats with a runner on at first. He swings away. Fouls at third base side for strike 2. Evan Corbin currently hitting 185 on the season, looking to get things going. But he does have 5 RBI this year. So he's been productive when he's been at the plate, just hasn't necessarily gotten all the hits. The 0-2 pitch to him here. Fouled away again. (0-2) count. Carson Dunn at first base. Good speed over there. Always has an itchy trigger finger to try and get going, and I think that Cooper Olson sensed it as well. Tosses over that direction. Back in safely is Carson Dunn. In the bottom of the 7th inning here in this 9-inning contest. Docs trailing by 4. At the plate, Evan Corbin, his first at-bat, he takes high. Waiting on deck will be Sebastian Watson, your on-deck hitter. Always brought to you by Budget Lumber, everything you need for maybe building a deck. They've got you covered at Budget Lumber, always striving to be lumber one. 1-2 pitch, Corbin opposite field. That one tailing foul. Long run out of the reach of Matt Letter in right field. I think that ball bouncing out of the stadium, out towards the dirt parking lot. So the battle at the plate for Evan Corbin continues. One ball, 2 strikes, with 1 on and 1 out. Olson looks in for the signal from Rylan Lamori. Corbin chops this one third base side. That's a fair ball. Long throw from third. Not in time. Evan Corbin beats it out. So an infield single for Evan Corbin.
Batter number 2, Sebastian Watson.
Cole Ayala from third made that throw across the diamond about as good as he could. Corbin just beating it out. So first and second with one down. Docs trying to put on a rally here. They chipped away with 2 runs in the 6th. They can get another run or 2 here. Really start giving themselves a chance as we get to the final couple of innings. Sebastian Watson hits a ground ball towards short, bobbled there. The throw to first, well, nope, he won't make it. Agliolo, a routine ground ball right at him. Couldn't field it. Corbin got in safely to second. Sebastian Watson gets on with the error. And the bases are loaded with 1 out as Cade Johnson will step to the plate. So bases loaded, big opportunity with 1 away for the Doc Stewarts. Need a base hit here to drive in a crooked number. See if they can catch up in a hurry. Cade Johnson at the plate, 0 for 3 today. Did have a walk back in the second. First pitch of the at-bat for Olsen. Low and inside, it hit him. So Olsen lets it go, and it comes in and hits the shoe tops for Cade Johnson. He does drive in a run. Docs get 1 here in the 7th on the bases loaded hit by pitch. And the bases remain loaded. Still just 1 out. And we get a visit out to the mound for head coach Matt Tomlin. 12-9 your score, back to a 3-run ball game as they get somebody up and getting loose. And that's going to be it for Cooper Olsen. They're going to go to the right fielder, it looks like. Matt Letter, I think, is going to... Well, Letter's at least moving in from right field. I don't know if he's taking over on the mound or just moving to the infield. I think he's going to the mound. So we're going to get a new pitcher here. It's another call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. So Cooper Olsen did a nice job of coming in and keeping the Docs off balance while the offense caught up and regained the lead for the Eagles. He's in line for the win if the score stays in the favor of the Humboldt Eagles. But we'll tell you all the details on the new man on the mound when we come back after a 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Next batter is number 20, Daniel Withers.
Call to the pen brought to you by brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. Some trends are hard to break. New man on the mound is Jared Dixon. First pitch swinging for Daniel Withers. Skies one to center field. Could be good enough to drive in one on a sac fly. They will concede the run to the plate. Scoring is Evan Corbin on a sac fly by Daniel Withers. And the Doc Stewarts with 2 outs now are back within 2. 12-10 our score here in the bottom of the 7th. So Jared Dixon comes in for Cooper Olsen, moves to the mound from second base. Olsen going 5 1/3 innings in relief, and he's in line to get a win if the score holds for the Eagles. 1 run in on the sac fly. Runners at first and second with 2 down. It'll be Knox Hubbard to bat. Lefty versus the right-handed pitcher, Jared Dixon. Dixon from Del Norte High School. One-0 count to Knox Hubbard, who is 1 for 3, and make that 1 for 4. Takes again a 2-0 count. Looks like Matt Letter takes over at second base. Ground ball foul down the first base side by a hair. It was fair all the way until it got to the bag when it jumped over. So Knox will be back at the plate with a 2-1 count. Everybody returns to their bags. Sebastian Watson at second, Cade Johnson at first. So Matt Letter comes from right field to second base. And I believe in right field now is Xander Sorensen. Two-one pitch from Dixon. Swung on and missed. So the Doc's trying to steal. The ball gets into left field. Sebastian Watson with the stolen base now comes in to score on the throwing error. They go with the double steal, and it works out. It's a 1-run ball game. So it's a 2-2 count. Cade Johnson in scoring position at second base. Sebastian Watson coming in to make it a 1-run ball game. Knox Hubbard, 2-2 pitch. Time called before the pitch. They wanted to be more aggressive on the bases this year and definitely shown it there with the double steal. 2-2 pitch to Knox Hubbard. Outside. Full count. Knox last time up reached on an error. Trying to get a base hit to maybe score Cade Johnson from second and tie it up. The 3-2. Ground ball first base side. Picked up. Bobble there, but covering the bag. Dixon is there for the out. 3-1, the put out. Docs get 3 runs in here in the 7th inning to make it a 1-run ball game heading to the 8th. It's 12-11, Humboldt in front of Roseburg on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Want to welcome in everybody that is watching online at 541radio.com or on our YouTube channel at 1490 The Score on YouTube. If you are a fan of Docs Baseball and want to watch them throughout the summer, hit that little subscribe button. And once you've done that, you can hit the little bell for the notifications. That'll tell you when we're live and streaming throughout this summer with Docs Baseball. Humboldt fans, tune in to catch the Docs and Humboldt playing against each other again coming up on Friday from the Coach K Classic in Medford. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to start things off here in the 8th inning. It is Reagan Nyberg at the plate, the left fielder. A 1-1 count as Daniel Withers on the mound, looking to try and keep the Docs within a run. Misses low and outside, 2 balls and a strike. Should remind you that video coverage of Docs Baseball is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Withers, a breaking ball. That fooled the hitter. The 2-2 pitch just misses. Full count. Withers, full count pitch. Got him to swing and foul it off. Stays a full count. So that call to the pin last half inning for Humboldt was brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. Visit chrisinsures.com for a quote today if you are looking to switch up your insurance needs. Ball 4 issued to Nyberg. For Daniel Withers, that's his first walk issued. Sorry, make that his second. So man on at first with nobody out. It'll be the top of the order. Jared Dixon now the pitcher. He takes low for ball 1. Parker Burke, his final line as I have it right now, 3 innings, gave up 5 runs on 5 hits, had 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. 5 runs coming in the 6th inning. I believe all of them earned. 2-0 pitch, ground ball up the middle, off the glove for Cade Johnson as he dived to get to it. The runner's going to try to go all the way to third. Carson Dunn throwing that way. Runner up to second. That runner's in safe. Docs thought they had him, but it looked like he was in. So Nyberg goes first to third on the single by Dixon. And then Dixon getting to second base on the throw in. So that puts runners at second and third with nobody out, leading 12-11. Humboldt looking to add some more insurance here in the 8th inning. Good attempt by Cade Johnson, but just outside of his reach, diving up the middle. There's a ball fouled away, strike 1. To Daniel Osborne, center fielder. Looking down to third for the signal from Matt Tomlin. The 0-1 pitch from Withers is in the dirt. Roseburg playing with the infield in. Everybody in up at the grass. Looking to try and possibly cut the run off at home if available. That ball popped up in the air, shallow, out to right field. Calling for it is Braxton Dill. He makes the catch, sends it into the cutoff man. Docs will get the first out. They get Osborne to pop out. I mean, at-bats are coming fast and furious in this 9-inning ball game. That was the 6th trip to the plate for Daniel Osborne in this game. Speaking of trips, out to the mound goes Jeremiah Robbins to talk with Daniel Withers, who's going to give the ball up to Jordan White, and Withers will go to third base. So we get a call to the pen brought to you again by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. New man on the mound for the Dr. Stewarts is Jordan White. We'll tell you more about it when we come back on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Welcome you back here to Champion Car Wash Field as your Roseburg Clinton Newell Dr. Stewarts look to try and stay in this ball game. They trail 12-11 against the Humboldt Eagles. It has been a back-and-forth affair. Roseburg led 5-0 after the first, but Humboldt stormed back, and now the teams have been trading runs, and this one's been close all the way through. Docs making it closer again, back down to 1 run with a couple of scores in the bottom of the 7th. As we sit here in the top of the 8th, Jordan White takes over, and his first batter he'll face gets on with an intentional walk. They will intentionally load the bases with 1 out, and it brings up Cole Ayala, who will swing and foul off the first pitch. Jordan White takes over for Daniel Withers. Withers goes 1 1/3 inning, gave up 2 hits. Right now, no runs, but the runners on base would go to his total, except for the runner at first. 2 walks, no strikeouts for Withers, as White gets a swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2 count to Cole Ayala, who is 3 for 5 in this game. Ayala steps back in, an 0-2 count, bases loaded with 1 out. Docs load him up, playing for the double play ball. The 0-2 from White. Ground ball, third base side. Withers dives, can't get to it. 1 run in. They're sending a second run. The throw from Jacobs is cut off, and that is 2 runs to score on a 1-out single by Cole Ayala, who continues to have a nice day at the plate, his 4th hit of the ball game. Daniel Withers did his best to try and dive for that pitch and just could not get there. It's a 2-run score. 1 out with third base open. Ball fouled away by Parker Rogers. Scoring was Nyberg, easily scored from third. Jared Dixon scored from second. Agliolo only gets up 90 feet. He's at second base. Ayala at first. Parker Rogers at the plate, an 0-1 count. Pitch is low, 1-1. So with those runs coming in to score, that closes the book on Daniel Withers. He gives up 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, no strikeouts in 1 1/3 innings worked, his first outing of the season for the Docs. A 1-1 count, outside, 2 balls and a strike for Parker Rogers. Jordan White coming in relief here. White has thrown in 4 innings so far, making his 5th appearance. He's got an 0-1 record, an 8.75 ERA. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball disappears on Rogers, who whiffs at that one. So Jordan White, he comes in with 4 strikeouts, 2 walks allowed, and 1 hit batter. The 2-2 pitch for White. Rogers swing, ground ball, third base side foul. Out at second base, Agliolo. Out at first, Ayala. At the plate, Parker Rogers with a 2-2 count. 4th pitcher used by the Doc Stewarts here tonight. This is a 2-2 pitch. Line drive to center field. Gets in. Carson Dunn has it. Sends it right back in. And the bases are loaded again for Humboldt. 3rd hit of the game for Parker Rogers. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3. 3 hits here in the 8th inning for the Eagles. 16 hits total in the ballgame. First pitch swinging, a ground ball to third. Withers goes to the plate to Hubbard, out to first, and they get a double play off the bat of Matt Letter. That goes 5-2-3 on the double play, and the Docs will get out of things, giving up just 2 runs here in the top of the 8th inning. It's back to a 3-run lead for the Eagles over the Doc Stewarts as we go to the bottom of the 8th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy. So scored 2 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. 3, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, apparently my commercial break decided to be done. Making our way towards sunset here in Roseburg at Champion Car Wash Field, home of the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. Right now the home team is trailing 14-11. It's been a high-scoring affair tonight.
Number 10, Jordan White.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the highest-scoring game of the season for the Docs. No, they had 6. No, they only got 6 in that one. First pitch of the bottom of the 8th inning goes to Jordan White, now the pitcher for the Doc Stewarts. He fouls it off for strike 1. On the mound is Jared Dixon for Humboldt. He's the third pitcher used by the Eagles. The 1-0. Outside, 1-1 count. A 2-0 pitch fouled away by, a 1-1 pitch is fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the mound, Jared Dixon coming in that last half inning in the 7th. Misses just outside, 2-2 count. Close one there. The 2-2 for Dixon misses low and outside, trying to paint that outside corner. The 3-2 pitch. White hits a chopper towards third, picked up by Ayala, who fires over to first base. And there for the catch is Parker Rogers. That'll retire Jordan White, who is 1 for 5 in this game.
Number 7, Braxton Dill.
Braxton Dill bats. He is 1 for 4. A bunt single back in the 5th. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery from Dixon hits the outside corner. So the Doc Stewarts trying to see if they can close the gap at all here in the 8th and give themselves an easier chance in the 9th. It's a ball fouled up and out of play for strike 2. Coming up in the top of the 9th inning, it'll be Lamori, Olson, and Nyberg due up for the Eagles. Strike on the outside corner for strike 3. And down looking goes Braxton Dill, his second strikeout of the game.
Number 9,
Brings up Eli Jacobs. Can he keep the streak going? He is 4 for 4 in this game. First pitch swinging, a ground ball to short. Bobbled, and he won't keep the streak going on being perfect on the day at the plate, but he will keep the streak going of reaching base. Eli Jacobs hits a ground ball to short. It's bobbled by Agliolo. And that's another error for the Eagles. And Jacobs on base for a 5th time.
Next batter, number 8, Carson Dunn.
So 1 on with 2 away. Runner going. A breaking ball for a strike. Throw to second. Will not be there in time. An 0-1 count for Carson Dunn, the 9-hitter. Dunn had a bunt single in the 3rd, reached on a fielder's choice in the 7th and scored a run. The 0-1 pitch to him. Breaking ball outside. Nice crowd hanging out here on a beautiful, warm evening in Roseburg for some baseball. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed by Dunn. Carson with 2 strikes against him here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the catcher needs a new glove, I guess. He'll head to his own bag and grab what he needs. It's good to know that a catcher has a backup glove. I always wonder about the guys on these road trips. How much gear do they bring with them? What happens if a glove breaks, a bat breaks, cleats get messed up? Especially for catchers who have the most equipment. The 1-2 pitch to Dunn, popped him up. Shortstop Agliolo calling for it, tracking. He's underneath it for the out. So the Doc Stewart's unable to get anything in the 8th inning. No runs on no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We will go to the top of the 9th inning. Final frame coming up. Humboldt leading 14-11 over the Doc Stewarts on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Here we go, top of the 9th inning. Doc Stewart's trailing 14-11 against the Humboldt Eagles. The Eagles will be up to bat here in the top of the 9th inning, looking to add some insurance. First pitch from Jordan White misses low and inside to Rylan Lamori. The catcher takes high for ball 2. 4 pitchers in the game for the Docs used in this one. 14 runs on 16 hits for this Humboldt team. As a ball fouled away by Lamori. He's got a 2-1 count. Doc's looking to try and pull off something special here to finish out the game if they can come back to win. Pitch misses high. 3 balls and a strike. Jordan White's 3-1 delivery. Got him jammed. He fouls it away. Lamori with a full count now. White trying to get an out here. The 3-2 pitch. Line drive shot gets into center field. Backing up the play is Eli Jacobs. Out in center field. Carson Dunn laying out for that one. Wisely didn't do it unless there was somebody backing him up, and that was Eli Jacobs, who was there to field it on the 1 hop and send it back in to make sure that Lamori doesn't get anything more than a single. So 1 on as Rylan Lamori gets his second hit of the ball game. That'll bring up Cooper Olson. Nope, not Cooper Olson. It is Xander Sorensen. He lays down a bunt, and it is going to be fair. Single for Sorensen. It's going to be a tight play at first, so Knox Hubbard tried to see if it would go foul, and the ball just died just on the fair side of the base path. So a couple of singles, runners at first and second for Humboldt with nobody out. And brings up Reagan Nyberg. He squares to bunt, puts that one down third base side. If they let that go, yep, there it goes, foul. That'll be an 0-1 count for Nyberg. That time it had the spin to it. So back to the plate for Nyberg, who is still looking for his first hit in this one. Had a fielder's choice for an RBI back in the third. sack bunt in the 5th. Walked in the 8th inning and scored a run. The 0-1 pitch coming up for Jordan White. Squaring to bunt again. That pitch is low. 1-1 count. Coming up in the bottom of the 9th, Docs will have the top of the order. Evan Corbin, Sebastian Watson, Cade Johnson all due up. Trying to keep this game or get this game in their favor. 1-1 pitch in for a strike. Nyberg showed a bunt but pulled it back. A ball at 2 strikes for Jordan White. Ground ball left side. Cade Johnson knocks it down, but no throw across the diamond. Didn't have anywhere to go with it. And the bases are loaded. Nyberg gets his first hit on a ball deep in the hole at short. Bobbled by him for a moment by Johnson, but it was going to have to be an absolute strike to first base to get the runner on that one. So nobody out, bases are loaded. Docs are down by 3. Humboldt trying to add to it. Taking high for ball 1 is Jared Dixon, the leadoff man and now the pitcher. He's got 3 hits in the ball game. One of them a 2-run triple as he fouls off a pitch, 1-1 count. Top of the 9th inning, a 3-run ball game in favor of the visiting team. Docs will hit in the bottom of the 9th as the ball fouled away. Docs will be playing at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon down in Medford. One-two pitch in the air left side. Could be enough to drive in a run. Eli Jacobs with it. That ball not very deep, and they will not try to send the runner from third. Probably a smart decision. Not very deep. Eli Jacobs has a decent arm out there. He fired that one into the cutoff man perfectly. And so the Docs with some good defense there make sure that a run doesn't score with the bases loaded.
16,
so 1 down.
Osborne.
Brings up Daniel Osborne. 1 hit in the game for him. He fouls off the first pitch from White. Osborne, the last batter to face off against Jordan White, who came in back in the 8th inning for Daniel Withers, who's now at third. 0-1 count to Osborne. Ground ball foul, third base side. Through the wickets for Coach Tomlin down there. And he hears it from the spattering of fans down there from Humboldt. They must be family. Only family can tease you like that. 0-2 pitch coming up to Osborne. Ground ball, third base side, knocked down by Withers. He'll throw to first for the double play. No, they don't get the double play, and 1 run will score. Withers got the out at third. He forces out Sorensen, but he seemed to be a bit unsure of what exactly he wanted to do on that play. So he threw late across the diamond, and he kind of hurried it. Was not an accurate throw, and at first base, Evan Corbin tried to adjust, but he could not hang on to the ball there. So that'll be an error on the throw, but a run scores, a pop fly, foul and out of play. So runners at first and second with 2 down, and up to bat is Vincent Agliolo. Docs were already down by a few runs, so adding 1 more, not the end of the world for them here. They were going to have a big rally anyways. 2 down, the 0-1 pitch to Agliolo is outside, a 1-1 count. So Daniel Osborne picks up an RBI on, I guess, a fielder's choice is probably more accurate as they step off. The runner going from second to third, and the ball is thrown away to third base. Another run will come in to score. The runner from first going all the way to third. And the Doc Stewarts, a throwing error, give up a run there to the Eagles. It's a 1-1 count still for Agliolo. So Osborne goes first to third on the air. Coming in to score was Nyberg who was stealing third base as a swing and a miss, strike 2. So Nyberg gets credit for the stolen base and then goes home on the throwing error by White. The 1-2 pitch, grounded foul. We'll do it again. Osborne at third, 2 runs in here in the top of the 9th. Makes it 16-11. Agliolo skies one high to right field. Calling for it is Braxton Dill. Makes the catch and will send the Docs to the dugout looking to try and put together a big bottom of the 9th. They trail by 5 as they come up to bat with the top of their order. Doc Stewart's down 16-11 against Humboldt. Back after this 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Top of the order, Evan Corbin, Sebastian Watson, Cade Johnson due up here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Docs need 5 to tie, 6 to walk off with a win. Evan Corbin took a breaking ball, strike 1, and swings and misses at strike 2 as he starts out behind here against Jared Dixon. The 0-2 pitch is outside and low. Welcome you back here to Champion Car Wash Field, our 9-inning game. Cruising right along here tonight. The 1-2 pitch. Corbin gets behind one, out to left field. Nyberg on the run towards the line, reaching up, makes the catch to retire Evan Corbin for the first out. Corbin got good swing on that one, just a little bit too elevated. There's one away. Sebastian Watson will bat. Watson is 1 for 2 in the game. Reached on an error back in the 7th inning. First pitch high and away to Watson, a 1-0 count. Strike taken, a 1-1 count for Watson. The 1-1 from Dixon is fouled away. If you want to follow what's going on for the Docs coming up during this tournament, make sure you check out Doc Central at 541radio.com, presented by Champion Car Wash. 1-2 pitch, ground ball up the middle, diving stop by the second baseman, throw to first, not in time. An infield single for Sebastian Watson. Great play by Matt Letter, who has come in to take over at second base with Jared Dixon on the mound. And Letter did everything he could to get that ball and get the out. Nice diving stop and a quick throw to first. Just not going to be in time to get the speedy Sebastian Watson. 1 on with 1 out. Cade Johnson will bat. He is 0 for 3 in this game. Takes strike 1. Stick around for the post-game show where we name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. The 0-1 to Johnson. That got it. And so that probably will officially, well, it won't officially, but that will probably end the chance of Cade Johnson extending his hit streak, and I probably jinxed him by talking about it in the pregame interview with Coach Jeremiah Robbins. But he gets hit by the pitch there, and unless the Docs force extras and we go a little ways here, might be the last at-bat for Cade Johnson, and so his 8-game hit streak likely coming to an end. A ball fouled away for strike one by Daniel Withers. It's been a productive day for Johnson. He's gotten on base 3 times and drove in a run with the bases loaded hit by pitch, but just doesn't have the hit today. 0-1 pitch. Withers swings through for strike 2. Chased a breaking ball down low. 1 out, an 0-2 count for Daniel Withers with runners at first and second. The game-tying run is still in the dugout. The 0-2 pitch from Dixon. Ground ball up the middle. Snagged by the shortstop. Makes the pitch to second. It gets away. Agliolo tried to make a shovel pass pitch to the second baseman, Letter, and he couldn't scoop it. And so the fielder's choice for Daniel Withers will get him on at first. Bases are loaded.
Next batter, number 4, Knox Hubbard.
So still the game-tying run is now the on-deck hitter, which is always brought to you by Budget Lumber. But Knox Hubbard will try to keep things moving here. Hubbard is 1 for 5 today. He takes ball 1. Knox had a single to drive in 2 back in the first. Also reached on an error in the 6th inning. Grounds 1 foul first base side for strike 1, a 1-1 count. It's been a game with all sorts of twists and turns today. Happy that my good friend Donovan Brink, going to be writing the game recap for this one for the News Review. Check that out tomorrow in your sports section. It's a pitch high, 2 balls, 1 strike for Knox Hubbard. Just a lot that has happened in this 9-inning game. Batters getting 6 plate appearances, multiple pitchers, lots of runs scored. There's a big swing and a miss by Knox, gives him a 2-2 count. We are at 27 combined runs and 30 combined hits. Also a lot of errors, 9 total. The 2-2. Hubbard fouls that one to the parking lot. It's a racket, I tell you. It's a racket. Knox Hubbard hits the foul balls into the parking lot, and Chris Hubbard is there to cover you. I tease. No ill intent on the foul ball for Knox Hubbard, I guarantee it. He'd much rather hit one in fair territory and try and drive in a couple of runs here. Daniel Withers at first. Cade Johnson at second. Sebastian Watson at third as the pitch outside, and the count goes full. Full count pitch with 1 away to Knox Hubbard. Chops it, first base side. Second baseman Letter in front of it. Does get the out at first as a run comes in to score. There's 2 away. An RBI ground out for Knox Hubbard. 2 down. It'll be up to Jordan White to try and keep things going. Runners at second and third. Doc's back within 4.
Jordan White.
White is 1 for 5 in the game. First pitch swinging, ground ball foul, third base. So it's going to take an epic 2-out rally for the Dr. Stewarts here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Trailing 16-12. Highest scoring game of the season for the Docs. And it ties a season high for runs allowed for them as well. 1-1 count for Jordan White. Working out of his windup is Jared Dixon with runners at second and third. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. That's a beauty of a pitch. Strike 2. The hook in there for Jordan White. 1-2 count with 2 down. Dixon delivers low for ball 2. If Jordan White can find a way on base, Braxton Dill is the on-deck hitter. 2-2 pitch. That's inside. Jordan White, I think, expecting that ball to hit him. It did not. Broke just enough. Full count with first base open. And 2 down. Dixon delivers. High and away, ball 4. Bases loaded. And the game-tying run will come to the plate. Out of the dugout comes Coach Tomlin. He's going to take the slow trip out to the mound. For Jared Dixon, he entered the game in the 7th inning. That is his first walk allowed. He also hit a batter here in the 9th inning. So between yesterday and today, the Doc Stewarts have taken 9 beanballs in this game. They've been hit by a pitch 9 times between yesterday's game against Las Vegas and today's game against Humboldt. Might be a few sore bodies out there. There's 2 down. Braxton Dill coming up to bat. He is 1 for 5. Last time up, it was against Jared Dixon, and he struck out looking. Gets a chance to play a hero here with the bases loaded. Jordan White at first after the walk. Daniel Withers at second, and Cade Johnson at third. Docs need 4 runs to tie this one up now. First pitch from Dixon, a breaking ball. That ball well struck by Dill, finds the alley in left center. 1 run comes in. 2 runs will score. Heading for second, Dill's in safely. And the Docs with a little bit of life here in the bottom of the 9th. 2-run score on the double by Braxton Dill, his second hit of the game. Cade Johnson trotted home. Daniel Withers scored from second. And going first to third was Jordan White. Eli Jacobs up to bat. He takes outside for ball 1. So 3 runs have come in. It is 16-14. Game-tying run at second in scoring position. And outside for ball 2. Eli Jacobs 4 for 5 in the game. Does not have an RBI. He has reached base every time. Last time up, reached on an error. The 2-0 pitch to him. Breaking ball for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike for Eli Jacobs. And Carson Dunn waits on deck. The 2-1 from Dixon. Ground ball foul, third base side. Eli Jacobs with 2 strikes against him. 2 outs and 2 runners on. Docs trailing by 2. He'll try to see if he can come up with the next big play. The 2-2. That's low. Well, I hope you didn't go anywhere in tonight's ball game that has lasted for over 3 hours. Got to finish here. The 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, ground ball up the middle. Booted by the shortstop. And 1 run will score. Back to third base goes Braxton Dill. We've got a 1-run ball game. Eli Jacobs gets on for a 6th time in the contest. And he will reach on an error for a 2nd time. Jordan White scored. Braxton Dill goes to third. Runners on the corners, and Carson Dunn will come up to bat. Here's a secret. Maybe watch out for a bunt. Nope. Didn't show it. Takes outside, ball 1. Runners on the corners with 2 down. I could see the Docs maybe going with that safety squeeze to try and tie it up. A runner goes from first. Strike called against Dunn. They allow Eli Jacobs to get to second easily. Game-winning run is now at second base for the Doc Stewarts. 16-15 is your score. Humboldt trying to hang on now to a 1-run victory. The 1-1 pitch to Dunn. Outside, and that was big by Lamori behind the plate. Snagged that on a backhand shortstop. And he saved quite possibly the game-tying run from scoring there. It's a 2-1 count for Carson Dunn. The 2-1 from Dixon. Chopper foul third base side. It's a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Carson Dunn, the center fielder. 1 for 5 in the ball game. Game tying run at third base, 2 outs. Humboldt's trying to get out of it. Doc's trying to keep it going. The pitch from Dixon. Popped him up. This one to center field. Calling for it is Osborne, and he makes the catch to finish it off. Humboldt will get the win. The Docs made them sweat it out, but they fall 1 run shy of sending it to extra innings. Final score 16-15. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back to wrap this one up for you tonight. There's a lot to recover, or a lot to recap, I should say. The Doc Stewarts score 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning, but fall 1 run shy of forcing extras. We'll come back after the 3-minute timeout with your post-game show on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Well, we welcome you back here to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field, where the Doc Stewarts fall tonight 16-15 against the Humboldt Eagles in a game that featured a lot of hits, a lot of pitching, a lot of base runners, a lot of errors in this one. Not a clean game by any stretch of the imagination, but we got through it, and we had 31 runs scored total. And we'll see how that happens to affect anything going forward for these two squads into the Coach K Classic tomorrow. Taking a look at your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update for the final time tonight. 16 runs, 19 hits, 7 errors, and 14 men left on base for the Humboldt Eagles. For the Doc Stewarts, 15 runs on 13 hits, 3 errors, and 12 men left on base. Taking the win is going to be Cooper Olson. Olson will get the victory after coming in the second inning for Humboldt. And then he pitched 5 1/3 innings. As for the Doc Stewarts, taking the loss is Tristan Ledbetter. Seems like ages ago that both those guys were even in the game. But Ledbetter, the starting pitcher for the Doc Stewarts, lasted 3 innings, gave up 7 runs on 7 hits. He takes the loss to go to 0-2 on the season. So the Doc Stewarts will fall to 6-5 on the year. Humboldt improves to 9-4 on the season. Both teams will be starting play in the Coach K Classic in Medford coming up tomorrow. We're going to continue to work on putting together some of the numbers here tonight, as there's a lot to add up and whatnot. We'll kind of do our best to recap it, and we'll have your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game coming up for you as we take a 2-minute timeout. For some reason my camera turned off. I think someone unplugged or probably turned off the power strip to my camera there. So we'll get that fixed. I mean, not that there's much going on, but we'll get that quickly fixed, and we'll come back after a 2-minute timeout to wrap things up for you here from Champion Car Wash Field as the Humboldt Eagles beat the Doc Stewarts 16-15 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Chris, 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field to wrap things up for you here tonight as the Doc Stewarts fall against the Humboldt Eagles by a score of 16-15 in a marathon. I heard somebody describe it as a marathon, and that seems about right. It was. We had a lot that happened in this ball game. We'll do our best to concisely recap that for you. Putting together some of the numbers here, continuing to wrap these up. There was just a lot of guys that played in this game too, so that's also something that's keeping track of everybody that was everywhere in this matchup. So it started out the scoring recap. 5 runs in the bottom of the first for the Docs. They took a 5-0 lead, but then Humboldt got 1 in the second to get on the board, then added 6 in the third. They took a 7-5 lead. Docs got 1 back, made it a 1-run ball game in the bottom of the third. Neither team scored until the 6th when Humboldt put 5 runs up on the board. and that would give them a 12-6 advantage. Docs got 2 in the bottom of the 6th, made it 12-8. They got 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, made it 12-11, made it back to a 1-run game. But Humboldt will get 2 in the top of the 8th inning, making it 14-11. Added 2 in the top of the 9th inning, making it 16-11. Docs down by 5, needing 5 runs to force it into extra innings, but they would only get 4 as they score 4 in the bottom of the 9th and fall 1 run shy of the comeback to force it into extra innings here tonight. So the Doc Stewarts fall just a bit short. They will go to 6-5 on the year, 9-4 now on the season for the Humboldt Eagles. Taking a look at the numbers for the pitchers, Tristan Ledbetter takes the loss. He pitched 3 innings, gave up 7 hits, 7 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. And Parker Burke, Daniel Withers, and Jordan White all pitched in the game as well. If we ran through them all, they would be here all night. Jaron Ford started for the Humboldt Eagles, but he only lasted 1 inning. Cooper Olson came in, and he'll get the win. He pitched 5 1/3 innings, gave up 9 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks. Let me see here. I did not tally up his strikeouts. He finished with 4 strikeouts in the ball game. He hit 1 batter as well. He picks up the win here tonight. Offensive numbers, some of the highlights. Jared Dixon had 3 hits in the game for Humboldt. Vincent Agliolo had 3 hits. Cole Ayala had 4 hits. Parker Rogers had 3. Ryan Lamori had 2. On the other side for the Doc Stewarts, let's see here, guys with multiple hits. Sebastian Watson goes 2 for 3. Cade Johnson's 8-game hit streak comes to an end. He got on base 3 times, a walk and 2 hit by pitches. Also had an RBI, but he didn't have a hit. Daniel Withers had a run-scoring double and a sac fly. He picked up 2 RBI. Knox Hubbard had 2 RBI on a single. Actually make that 3 RBI. He had a single and a ground out. Jordan White had a single in the game. Braxton Dill had a single and a double. He drove in 2. Eli Jacobs goes 4 for 6 in the game, was 4 for 4 at one point as he had 4 singles. He reached base all 6 times, reached base twice on errors at shortstop, and then Carson Dunn with a bunt single in there as well. So that is a look at the numbers here tonight. And again, my computer dying on, or not my computer, but my camera. I think it's time for me to call it quits as well. It's time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Mountain Mike's Pizza the way it ought to be, receiving a $25 gift certificate to use at Mountain Mike's Pizza. Tonight will be Eli Jacobs, your Player of the Game for the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's, going 4 for 6 tonight. And a big night at the plate for him. Also played pretty well out in left field defensively. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us here tonight as we wrap things up. I want to say thanks to the Humboldt Eagles for making a stop here as they make their way through Oregon for their annual road trip. I want to say thanks to head coach Jeremiah Robbins and the entire American Legion baseball program here in Roseburg for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg baseball here on the score. Doc Stewart's baseball here on the score. I want to say thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio for the radio production tonight. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast. Because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll talk to you tomorrow when the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's head to Medford to take part in the Coach K Classic. They'll take on the Fairfield Expos in the first game from the tournament. They'll take them on at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon from Harry and David Field in Medford. We'll have coverage starting at 12:45 right here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.